Hello, everyone from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is AS Eat the Pair. As usual, I am joined by Old Dirty H. Say hello, Oldie.
Hello, hello.
All right, so we've got an exciting match for you today. So this is Division 3. This is going to be underrated champions versus 4bidden4. Very important match for both of these teams. In the past, we've actually said this is a win-in. This is actually not true. After looking at the match records, it's actually if underrated champions win this match, they get into the top eight, right? Because they'll be 3-1. If 4bidden4 win this match, well, there's actually a chance there's going to be another three-way tie, as we saw in Division 2. Québec team won against 4bidden4, and so if Québec team win against LAT team 1 and 4bidden4 win against underrated champions, then we're going to have a three-way tie, which is going to be quite awkward. Again, three-way ties are not really desirable, but that could be a possibility. So definitely interested to see what will happen in this series. And we'll cover exactly the details of what a three-way tie looks like, again, at the end of the stream if needed. Yeah. Obviously, please no spoilers in the chat. But this is going to be a very important match for both teams. 4bidden4 is fighting for a chance to stay alive, and underrated champions, if they win this match, they're into the top eight. Less they can stop stressing so much about the group stage. Let's take a look at the players on each team. On 4bidden4, this is the AZ team. We have AZ Language of Trees, AZ Moham, AZ Amun, and AZ Chipa. And they are off against underrated champions, which has Pacer, Gorbakov, and the Smoker. Who do you think has the better matchup in terms of player skill?
Well, we've seen both these teams. Obviously, underrated champions had an issue with Taco, who kind of really disrupted their whole thing. He was probably one of their better players too. But Smoker, Gorbakov, and Pacer are all solid players. Well, it really just depends. I think Cheap was a little low for the AZ team, but Trees, Moham, and Amud are probably a little bit better. So I think if we see some good team play from AZ, they may be able to handle it here. But as far as raw talent goes, I do like underrated champions.
Yeah, I would agree. I think underrated champions do have the edge slightly. It seems like for AZ, it's just we've seen a bit of a lack of consistency, which is a pretty common trait in a lot of inter players. It's just they're not very consistent at executing their game plans. Sometimes they're awesome and sometimes not so much. So definitely interesting to see what will happen in this matchup. We do see the same bands across the board. Lakota, British, and Aztecs. Those are pretty common bands seen by many to be the best nations in their respective tiers. So no surprises there.
Yep.
Before we jump into today's game, we've got to talk about the donations quickly. If you like the Nordic Classic and you like the content that we're putting out and you want to support the prize pool, you can go to the Nordic Classic front page and donate to the prize pool. There's a link right here. Also, both of these links are in the YouTube description below. And you can donate to the prize pool. I'm really thankful to all who have donated so far, including Some Peanuts for Your Mouth, El Cypher, Wizard of War, Kron, PLA, Jatin, Bybrak. This anonymous person is Connor, as well as Bob. Thank you so much to everybody who's donated. We really appreciate it. Nordic Classic, it has and always will be free for both the participants and the viewers. But just adding to the prize pool makes things just a little bit more exciting for everyone involved. So thank you so much to those of you who have supported us so far.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty. So just to call out to people in the chat, hey, I see Bybrak, how's it going? And Jofo, how's it going? Hope everybody's having a good day. Let's jump into game number 1, shall we, Oldie?
Yes.
All right. Let's make sure I downloaded the replays correctly really quick. All right. The Nordic Classic, this is week number 5, and this is AZ versus UC, game number 1. All right. I'm at 0 seconds when you're ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, we are jumping into game number 1 of 4bidden4. That's the AZ team versus UC underrated champions. Very important match for both teams. Let's take a look at game number 1 on Australian Outback. Let's look at the players and their nations. On the AZ side, we have Language of Trees, Chipa, and Amun, and they're against the Underrated champions who have Gorbakov, Pacer, and the Smoker. For nations, we've got Language of Trees with Chinese, Chipa with Iroquois, Aminu with Japanese, and they're off against Gorbakov with Germans, Pacer with Americans, and the Smoker with Chinese. So we clearly see a mirrored Chinese pick for Tier 2 Americans versus Iroquois, and then Japs versus Germans. Who do you think has the better set of nations for this map, which is Australian Outback?
Obviously the Chinese mirror kind of cancels that out. I like the Iroquois Japs here a little bit. Some early aggression potentially. Depends how they're used. I mean, obviously Germans are always great, Americans also, but I do like the fast start from the Japs and Iroquois and get those heavy infantry rushes out and start raiding.
Yeah, I think, it's all going to depend on, I think, the strength of, I think Japs and Germans are kind of similar on this map. Japs are a little bit faster and have cheaper ships, but the Germans have much better production economy and later on. So, I think they're fairly similar, but it's going to be up to what the Iroquois player can do, because if Pacer gets plenty of time to boom, it's going to be game over. Americans are an insanely powerful boom nation, whereas Iroquois, they kind of fall off later in the game, but they are very, very good for early raids. So it's going to depend a lot on what Chipa can do, and a lot of the weight of the game is going to rest on him. And I think it's, he's not in a terrible spot, right? His Iroquois is pretty decent on this map because everybody's pretty close together. Interesting. All right, so Gil1447 says, Oldie volume low in most videos. Please get close to the mic. Okay, I'm going to turn you up a little bit, Oldie, here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, and we see Lelouch, who is Coin. Is that correct?
No, Lelouch is different. Yeah.
Different. Sorry, no, you're not Coin. Sorry, Coin, if you're watching this. Got you mixed up. But hello to everybody in the chat. I hope everybody is enjoying the stream so far. Let's take a look at where the players are located. On the top side here, the light blue Chinese player, Language of Trees. In the corner, the green Iroquois player, AZ Chipa. And on the bottom side, we see the blue Japanese player, AZ Amun. And Amun is right against the yellow, not green, why did I say green? The yellow German player, Gorbakov. And in the pocket for underrated champions, we've got the purple Americans player, Strat Pacer. And on the top side, we have the red Chinese player, the Smoker. So interestingly, we do see Germans versus Japanese. Pretty close matchup in terms of proximity. Does look like Gorbakov has a better wood camp. Let's take a quick... and on the top side, we see the Chinese mirror, although they're pretty far apart for the most part.
Yeah, their borders are touching because of those large cities, but it's not too close. But yeah, this Japs-German is going to be interesting. I think we'll see Mill 1 for both sides here.
Yeah, definitely. Fortunately for both sides, their wood camps are pretty close to... their cities, so shouldn't be too much trouble to just micro and garrison. I think I would like to see I would like to see Gorbakov go mill first, because you don't really want the Iroquois to put down a barracks and you get doubled early. I think for Japs it's fine if you go calm mill, because you can just get up, you can just wait a little bit on getting the money for that, and also with a +5 wood camp, it's hard to get enough wood for that early on anyways, for the barracks early on anyways. Definitely interested to see what sort of build orders we're going to see from both Pacer and Smoker on this top side. This map is interesting. It is a water map, so it can be a lot of it could be a lot of interesting builds. We do see here Gorbakov has a good amount of food, and Amun's going to go for Commerce 1, that's fine. Let's take a look at the ruin bonuses quickly, because it's about 4 minutes into the game. So it does look like AZ is leading in ruins across the board. All of them have 3 ruins, which admittedly still isn't that many, but this map doesn't have many ruins. On the other side, Gorbakov has only 1, whereas Pacer and Smoker have 2 each.
Yeah, it's pretty standard on this map. Like you said, not a lot of ruins, so you're not going to see too many.
Yeah, let's talk about the rares quickly, and we do see a mill from Gorbakov. Let's talk about the rares quickly. Next to Berlin, there's citrus. On the right side, on the top side, there's horses, and then on the right side, on the top side, there's furs, and the right side, there's horses, as well as on the bottom, there's copper here. On the very right side, there's bison, as well as marble, peacocks, and sugar right next to Washington. And then on the top side, they've got gems, as well as relics in the Smokers' territory. On the other side, we've got, for trees, they've got silver, which is kind of contestable, silk, tobacco, obsidian, amber. On the backside, they've got diamonds right next to Onondaga, as well as Pappy. There's salt in Amun's territory. You know, I think the rares slightly favor AZ, but it's pretty close. You know, both teams have pretty decent rares.
I agree. It just depends what they open up and see. I mean, if it doesn't matter if you don't find them, right?
Yeah, and we do see Amun going to go for a second wood camp. I think this is a bad choice. You really want to save food to get mill, unless the Iroquois player can come over here and help out. We do see a very forward tower from Gorbakov going to go down. I don't think it's going to be able to. Oh, it is going to be able to reach. Kyoto, and Amun spots the tower nice and early. That's a nice choice, and here we see Gorbakov being a little slow on sending the units out. Actually needs to make another citizen or two to get maximum wood income, because currently this heavy infantry is just not moving. He needs to cancel that tower and pump out more troops, because when you go mill like this, you have to take advantage of it. Currently, the heavy infantry is slowly moving over. And actually, he's gone for commerce now, instead of building any more troops. I think that's a bad choice. Really just need to get something done with these soldiery. Would like to see a slinger or an archer produced before going com.
Yeah, for sure. At least a slinger and an archer, maybe even on a second high, because he could raid both these wood camps. This far wood camp especially, it's far from the city, he could easily kill that.
Yeah, and you know, now that he hasn't committed, now that Gorbakov has not committed, the Japs player is really far ahead. Japs player already has commerce, is going to click up on mill very soon, as he sees this raiding party here. As soon as he realizes the raiding party is there. It will have enough wood for a barracks, but I guess he didn't see it. I don't know. Wasn't paying attention, maybe? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I guess he's just not. Well, the soldiers aren't doing anything.
Oh, he's going to try to use furs, is why. And this is a really bad misplay. It's, bad misplay from Amun, but also worse misplay from Gorbakov. He's not taking advantage of his opponent's lack of military. Could have denied the city, could have been raiding the wood camp. He could have done a ton of damage, but he's not going to. He's just walking in circles. He's already scouted the wood camp. I don't know why he's not going back there. Really poor play from Gorbakov here. Also getting a market instead of a dock. Another poor play. Should just be raiding the water at this point. Really unimpressed with Gorbakov's play thus far. On this side, we see the Smoker's gone for Commerce Civic, which is fine, and looks like Trees has also gone for Civic, and currently is struggling to build this city in his opponent's territory. Looks like Silk is going to get denied here. Neither player going to be able to use it very well. This market's in territory. Smoker, unfortunately, going to lose this one because it is in the territory, but should just let it finish because you can still produce from it for a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like the market's just outside the territory, so it'll be alright until a temple comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one's going to be able to use that silk. That's going to be fought over. And now you see the Civ 1 coming down from Chipa. So he's going to take control of furs and salt now, so that's a decent move.
Yeah, definitely.
Down from Amun. And now finally some raids in the back here from Gorbakov.
Yeah, but this is like 2 minutes too late. Could have done a lot of damage before, but now Amun's going to queue up a archer and get some damage done. There's also a barracks coming from Chipa. This is not bad damage. Let's take a look at how many kills he's gotten so far. Looks like none so far, but might be able to get the citizen. That's a nice pick off. If he target fires correctly, might be able to get a second one or a third one, especially this one, which is weakened. Looks like he is doing a meh job target firing so far. Currently just letting the citizen walk away.
Yeah, the better would be, like I said, just park at that rear wood camp that's further away. It's harder to defend.
Yeah, admittedly, he has not scouted that, so that is...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He has not scouted it, so that's going to hurt him. And now he's going to try and get another city here in the front. I don't like this build location here. It's not going to help you at all. You need to go back, try and get some of this metal. As you know, on this map, metal is everything.
Yeah, this is not, this is not ideal.
There's nothing benefiting him by putting the city here.
No, absolutely not. The best thing you do is give your opponent a free caravan because it has to walk around these trees. Terrible city position for Gorbakov, and again, just really unimpressed with how he's been playing so far. Although we have seen him been quite good in the past, it was not good. Here we see a nice little raid from Smoker. Gonna start raiding Trees' caravan, which is very exposed. Bit unfortunate for Trees that the caravan route is gonna go around like that. And he's forced to move the caravan back.
Yeah, he needs that route to come behind the mountain and not in front.
Amun's gonna go for Colossus because he skipped Civic I think that's a solid choice considering, how far behind their opponents are currently. Looks like Pacer City got denied, which is really bad for him. And also you're denying Colossus from the Americans player.
Yeah, at this point now, Amun's only got one city. I'd like to see a little bit of an all-in here. Just have Pacers forget that other city, get some military out, and just start putting pressure on Kyoto. Maybe they can hurry up and get a quick sack early and kill him.
Yeah, definitely. Kyoto's currently undefended, stable in University and Senate going to come up. But if they can all in here, they'd be quite good. They do have access to horses, although they lost access to furs with these continuous raids from.
But Pacer has no military, so never mind. X that idea.
Yeah. Well, Pacer will have mills somewhat soon. He's going to go for the age now.
Yeah.
He might be making money
from
go for gardens.
Yeah. I would have preferred him to skip Civ, go mill. You could still get gardens and have some units ready to go.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't even have the second city right now. I guess he's not going to go gardens. I don't know why he's queuing up citizens.
All right. Yeah, maybe not then. Yeah, I'm not sure either. He's about to hit pop limit.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's going to age up soon, and Pacer is going to go for a city over here next against Trees' cities. I don't like that choice. I think you really wanted to support Gorbakov here, who's a little bit behind against the Japanese player. Actually, quite far behind if you look at their economies.
Extremely far behind, and he's got Colossus coming. He's just booming along, just like it's no big deal. So you need to get some pressure on him quick, because as you know, the Japs can start rolling here.
Yeah, let's take a look at the number of kills. Looks like Gorbakov has killed 3 units, whereas Pacer's lost 2. Looks like he lost those 2 citizens that were sent to build earlier. And Cheap has traded 2 for 2. But again, you just have to cause a lot of damage to the Japanese player who's going for Colossus. Gonna get a stable now. I like that choice, and gonna get Senator. Just make sure you don't want to die early for no reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, like this city positioning, your caravan's super exposed. If you sieved back, you could get a smelter at this metal mine. You can go for a despot player or something like that if you wanted to, but now there's not really a possibility of that.
Yeah, now it looks like Gorbakov's just going to get defensive. This is definitely the wrong move here.
Well, Gorbakov says, I go mill rush, you kill fast 95. And so it looks like that's what's going to be the strategy is going to be. It looks like it's going to be up to Pacer and the Smoker to make something happen on this side while Gorbakov just holds off, which I think is a fine choice in this spot given that Pacer didn't civ top because because it's not like the Japanese player really wants to be attacking early on against when they have Colossus. They really just want to get another city going, get more scholars going, all that.
Yeah,
so,
get some wood production.
Yeah, I would like to see Senator coming from Gorbakov. I think he really needs that because I don't think they're going to be able to take out Trees in a very timely fashion anyways.
No, I mean, China takes a while to take down. It's those large cities, just very difficult to take down in H2. Even in H3, it takes a little bit of time until you get those trebuchets up and running.
Yeah, and here actually, I would like to see Gorbakov, now that he's gotten Mill 2, I would like to see him queue up a Horse Archer and a Cataphract for raiding. There's a lot of exposed rares and vulnerable areas. Here we see a wood camp for Amun as well as a mine over there. There's this amber here. There's a mine here for Trees, as well as this diamonds merchant, which is completely exposed. If Gorbakov can sneak a heavy archer or a a cataphract there, that could be really devastating. Really hurt the economies of basically all the opposing players.
That's true.
There's all silver here to raid. And I like this aggressive use of units from the Smoker, just constantly pressuring, being really annoying. Although I would like to see Senator from the Smoker again.
Yeah, he just finally put down a Senate, so we'll see which government he chooses.
Looks like Gorbakov's going to go Despot. I don't like this choice. I think he's already made enough citizens. He's just wasting food at this point. And it does, actually, if you look on the bottom side, it looks like Pacer's actually going to build military here. Interesting choice, given that he cived on the top over there. Would have liked to see him get this. If he was going to do this choice, I think I would have liked to see him get the civ here and deny furs.
Yeah, they're just too slow right now.
It's 13 minutes into the game, and there's a decent-sized army from Amun. They've clearly recognized their opponents will be rushing, and in fact, excellent scout from Amun.
Yep, sees the siege factory.
Yeah, sees Despot as well.
Yeah.
And there's no way they're breaking this. This is a lot of units from the Japanese player already. A really solid economy, and actually a siege factory going to come out for the Iroquois player. There's no way they're breaking this army.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, there is no tower, no militia, no lookout temple, but still, the army's big. And ton of archers. You know, you got 2 light cavalry, 3 heavy. And now Japs are finally going to get the Civ. So he's going to drop another city somewhere in the back. That's going to just boost his economy up. It's also going to protect it from an insta-kill.
Yeah, definitely.
I could see this could backfire tremendously here for Gorbakov. If they don't do something here, I mean, I don't see what they're going to do. Let's look at this Japanese army. Here Gorbakov has way less units, and that's never the spot you want to be in when you're facing off against a senator opponent when you have Despot. Again, I think this game's very different if he just goes senator. I mean, they're behind on this side, but they can hold off for a while while if it does look like Smoker has the slight edge against Trees. If you take a look at their economies, Trees is a little ahead in wealth currently, but behind in metal and a little bit behind in army. So yeah, but like,
and Smoker's way ahead in scholars.
These Chinese cities just take forever to siege down, so that's going to be a stalemate for a while.
Yeah, and here we see Amun doing a great job microing. Gorbakov's going to lose these 2 sieges pretty handily. Would like to see him rotate the sieges over to the top to pressure Gadoquat so we can force a rotation. Because currently, combined, Iroquois plus Japanese versus Germans plus Americans, the Japanese and Iroquois combo is going to win no matter what. But if you pressure the other side, you could possibly force a split and maybe you can get a nice double there. Although it is going to be tough with Berlin getting sieged like this. Although currently the sieges are targeting production buildings, which I don't think are needed. I mean, I guess you get the stable, but that's about it. Yeah, this cataphract is going to be thrown away for free from Gorbakov.
Gorbakov just sniped a siege with his sieges, so that's pretty good use of the sieges.
Yeah, definitely. I guess got to use them how you can. And again, this game is very different if Gorbakov goes for senator.
Yeah, he definitely needs Senator bad right now. He'd get all that defensive bonus, healing, plus the comm bonus.
Yeah,
now it's going to be hard to, the whole point of Despot is to get the kills. You get the plunder and use it as a supply wagon. I mean, that's the whole point. And you're not using that at all.
Yeah, and here I would like to see Smoker just put out a second siege, actually, or a third siege, I mean, and then also just mass army. He is doing a good job sieging on the city, and there's not that much army from Trees quite yet. Trees looks like he's been investing in economy quite a bit.
He definitely needs a third siege, for these Chinese cities. I mean, you can see he's been sieging the city now for over maybe close to 2 minutes, and it's barely halfway down. So I mean, it's just it takes forever to siege these things down.
Yeah, it looks like this tower is might finish up. Smoker also needs to get another stable and another barracks, or at least one of those, to get the production going. Also needs to upgrade his units. Why is he making a slinger? I don't know. Just Smoker things, I guess. On this side, the Japanese army is really spiraling out of control. Look at this massive upgraded classical age army, and he's also gonna age in somewhat quick fashion. Really scary army here, and gonna use silver as well. I don't know. I think things are looking very dire for the underrated champions team right now. Looks like Smoker is going to go for a rush, but Trees has all the militia and there's attrition as well, so that's not going to work out. Smoker really needed to upgrade his units to have a chance in this attack.
Yeah. I mean, he will momentarily slow Trees' economy a little bit, so that's decent.
Yeah, but it's not going to help here because Gorbakov's just going to die, right? He's dead, right? This is a massive Japanese army.
Yeah, Gorbakov's dead. Dusseldorf's exposed. Again, you put that city in a bad spot. These archers are slowly picking away at it. Drop one siege on that'll get it reduced quickly, and you can just get an insta-kill here, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's very dead. Let's take a look at the Iroquois player economy, which is also doing decently. Needs to get another university out, but aside from that, is doing swimmingly. Berlin's reduced, and we do see Pacer is going to age up, and that's going to help, but I think that's actually going to be a sign for Amun and Chipa to just run in, because, you know, upgrading units takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Looks like Pacer's going to age up. And all the militia are pulled for Gorbakov. I think he needs to do this. Again in the militia. Let's see how this fight's going to go. There's a lot of units here. I have no idea what's going to happen. Nice little choice here from Gorbakov. Going to put the stables over here and send out cavalry, which are kind of going to go around and kill a bunch of these archers.
Yeah.
But this is a really tough fight. Here we see Gorbakov's losing a lot of units. Really hard to say who's going to win this, but it does look like all these Japanese archers are really paying off. But actually, Amun's going to be the one who retreats. Doesn't want to lose too many units. I think that's a fine choice, considering. And now Pacer has crossbows, so...
Yeah. And it's a pyrrhic victory, though, for Gorbakov. You look at his economy now, it's in shambles.
Yeah, utter disaster here.
Yeah, Pacer's going to have to hold on his own. Amun's aging now, so he's going to get his fair share of H3 units. So it's going to be up to Smoker up top to do something. He is aging. So if Smoker doesn't kill, this is over.
Yeah, definitely. Trees does have
a nice little army.
Yeah, Trees does have a smaller army, and he's only now clicking up on the button. If Smoker can tech up to Medieval, get all those upgrades for hoplites, archers, and the light infantry, and as well as the cavalry, I think he can win this fight and take the city. And that would be quite crucial. Smoker should know that, okay, well, Trees hasn't aged yet, so I need to take advantage of that.
Yes, absolutely. And hurry up and get in there, and like you said, use that advantage. Looks like Trees has entrenched, but his units are still age 1, so they're going to still die pretty easily.
Well, there are H2 archers, which are quite good. And we do see Smoker again just needs to be upgrading the units right now. Needs to start sieging this tower, which he sees in his vision with these siege, instead of just keep on hammering the city with those 2 trebuchets, or those 2 catapults. Needs to upgrade all of his units. I don't know. He has the money, kind of. Needs to upgrade those units. Gonna go for... Nope, not a charge, just sitting there. And on this side, we do see Gorbakov starting to siege the Japanese capital. Good of him to start pressing, although there are a lot of, Japanese... there are a lot of Japanese militia here. There's a lot of units here. Doesn't look like they'll be able to take Kyoto anytime soon, unless they're a bit lucky. Doesn't look like the Iroquois player took a lot of the losses, so I'm not entirely sure where his army is. Also, he's only now aging. Gorbakov needs to pump out some more units to help out Pacer here, so they can have a chance of taking this capital.
It looks like they're going to go in here soon, but it's just not going to work. I don't see how it's going to work. There's not enough army.
Yeah, and here we see a nice little move from the Smoker. Going to go around and actually attack Shanghai and force a rotation. Nice little choice there. He needs another siege, though, in order to make this an effective move. Pacer's going to let his senator get sniped if he isn't careful.
Yep.
But the city... Okay, it looks like they are going to go for a charge.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get this.
I don't think they're going to get this either. There's a lot of crossbows from the Japanese player. Maybe they'll get some good trades, though, against the still unupgraded army of Chipa here. And that might be worth it.
Yeah, it might be worth it, but all those crossbows are just going to pick off all these pikemen.
Yeah. And it does look like Gorbakov's just walking back these militia to use them. Maybe these militia can make a difference if he force marches them in to take out a bunch of these crossbows. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look like Pacer's army is getting decimated here. Lost most of his pikemen, now going to lose a lot of his archers starting now. Tower does go down.
Yeah, but these crossbows are just too much. Too many of them.
Yeah, but I think this was a fine choice because they have to trade against their opponents, right? Like, you can't let the Colossus player just make a massive army. You have to constantly be annoying, and this is an idea in the right direction, right? Just trading with your opponents. But now Berlin's going to be very exposed and might go down here.
This is Gorbakov saying, I guess 1 kill, good game, or saying I kill.
I don't know. Not entirely sure. And I mean, imagine this game. Okay, so let's think about a couple things. I think this game, it's clear that AZ are way ahead. And the reason is, I think the reason is primarily Gorbakov just has made a number of misplays. Let's go over them. So first of all, Gorbakov went mill, made a single unit, and didn't do anything with the unit. Right, that slowed him down a lot. Then he went Civ, which didn't help him at all, and built forward, which also didn't help him at all. Should have built backwards. And then he went Despot, which didn't help him at all either. You know, again, like it's just like I don't know. It's just faulty decision making here.
Yeah, comedy of errors, and now Berlin's gonna fall, and that's gonna be GG.
City Berlin's probably gonna go down here. Yep, does look like Amun's gonna take the city easily. There's not enough militia here or anything to do anything really, and this game looks like it's gonna be over. The Japanese player's boom is out of control with Colossus, so that's gonna be GG.
Yep. Smoker just says he'll win there, but he's not going to be able to win there anytime soon. Trees is doing a good job defending.
Yeah, and Smoker was ahead, but I think he's actually lost this continued engagements. His knights are currently on standing mode, stand run. That's what it's called, which is not helping his case here. And yeah, Smoker is not going to break trees, and that's going to be GG. Gorbakov calls GG. Well played from, especially, I think I was most impressed with Amun's play here. Just able to boom up really quickly, get a nice-sized army for defenses, and that is going to be it for game number 1. It's going to be game number 1 going to 4bidden4. That's the AZ team over Underrated Champions.
All right, good job, AZ. Stolen there.
Yeah. I'm gonna fast forward because they're just dragging this out.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, that is it going to be it. Let's take a quick look at the game stats here. Does look like Amun was the one with the most kills, and also, you know, he was the one with the largest army, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely the MVP of that team. He played the best.
Yeah, and actually Smoker ended up with less kills than, or ended up with a worse ratio compared to trees, which is quite interesting. I thought Smoker had the advantage on that side, but I feel like he kind of just threw it away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, that is going to be it for game number 1. Let's load up game number 2 if you're ready, Oldie.
I'm ready.
All right. This is AZ 4bidden4 versus Underrated Champions, game number 2. Very important match for both teams. Very important match for both teams, and I'm at 1 second, and oh no, it's a 2v2.
What?
Come on, guys. I don't know what happened here, but a very disappointing turn of events here.
Yeah, oh well, whatever.
All right, I'm at 1 second if you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, this is game number 2. Unfortunately, a 2v2. Apologies, folks. I hope for both AZ and UC's sake, I hope you guys got permission from Connor for doing this, for doing a 2v2. Let's take a look at the players and their nations. We've got Language of Trees with Mongols and AZ Amun with Romans, and they're against Gorbakov with Indians, Pacer with Greeks, so somebody messed up the tiering system. Clearly, Mongols is very good on this map, and you know the other team only has tier 2 and tier 3, so bit disadvantaged for Underrated Champions. Just right off the bat, not really sure what happened here.
Okay, in the lobby they're saying that the issue was Smoker. Smoker quit.
Oh,
so
okay.
They went to 2v2. So
that's really unfortunate.
Comrade Taco or CCC1 situation. I'm not surprised. Smoker's a hothead. He doesn't take anything with grace. So.
Anyways, bit disappointing that we are getting a 2v2, but whatever, we're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
I do think you know, it's clear that, you know, although the AZ team has the better nations just straight up for this sort of map, if Gorbakov and Pacer can get an economic advantage early and they can hold it, they can be quite effective in the late game. Greeks and Indians, both are really strong in the late game. Indians with their elephants, obviously, and Greeks having a nice little boom with an extra knowledge bonus early on in the game, as well as those heavy cavalry, which are a good deal faster. That also really helps out.
And then Pacer just, he messaged me off air, and he said the reason why they're trying to honor the rules here because Smoker was supposed to be the tier 1 player, and because Smoker is gone, they didn't pick
I see,
so
I
that's
see.
why they did that. So that was, you know what, good job, guys, even though your player was being a dickhead. good job for you guys honoring the rules.
Yeah, definitely. I do have to give big props to Pacer in general. Even
And that's
though a lot of the
tough break for this team because we saw
Yeah.
Taco already. Taco already made this a nightmare for this team, and now you get Smoker in here. It was just as probably worse when it comes to being a hothead.
Yeah.
So it's just like whatever. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's just really unfortunate. But maybe maybe they can still pull a win out of this one. Yeah, let's take a look at where the players have spawned. Does look like we have a bit of an interesting situation here. So Gorbakov is the Indians player who's spawned well ahead of Trees, and Trees is also in the middle of the Mongol player. And Pacer's on this side, but Pacer is actually kind of separated from Gorbakov, his ally, and Trees is separated from Amun. So definitely an interesting setup here. Looks like Amun unfortunately only has a +4 wood, whereas Pacer has lucked out with a +8 not at the center. Sometimes better lucky than good, right?
That's absolutely right. Better lucky than good. Sometimes I've seen this happen in Sahara sometimes where you think you're slow and you're like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And then all of a sudden you spawn and it ends up being a great situation for you. You get a bunch of wood, you put pressure on their cap, so this could work out here really well for Trees actually.
Yeah. I do see Moham and Trees as well as Phantom in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's take a look at the speeds. I think Gorbakov's actually a little bit faster than the Mongol player. The Mongol player obviously does have great powers in classical age with the stables and stuff, but so does the Indian player. Going to get those elephants, which are insanely strong. Also, elephants are pretty good against opposing cavalry. So,
Lelouch is saying reduce the game BG music in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna try and adjust that. Oh wait, this is not it. Here, options. I actually can't turn down the volume anymore, I think. Let's see, sound. Yeah, I actually can't turn down the volume anymore, so I'm going to turn down the desktop volume, and olddirtyh, you just got to speak a little louder, okay?
That's fine. I'll put my mic up.
Alright, awesome.
To my mouth. Alrighty. Let me guys know if you can't hear me, but I'm going to try and talk louder here.
Yeah, it does look like Gorbakov's going to get up the library first. Let's take a quick look at the ruins. Oh, actually, Trees is going to put down the library. With that, doesn't get the 5th farm. I think he actually would have benefited from the 5th farm, even though he has +62 food income, which is good. I think the 5th farm would be quite good to get that little speed boost. Let's take a look at the ruins bonuses here. Do you see Trees and Gorbakov have exactly the same ruins, so pretty even ruin count, and Amun has way more ruins than Pacer. Unfortunate for Pacer, and definitely good for Amun. Let's take a look at how each team's scouting has been. Looks like they've been kind of similar, just they're all going to the corners, not doing a super amazing job, but whatever. Definitely interested to see what sort of techs come out of both of the both the Mongol player and the Indian player. Their wood camps are definitely very close to their capitals, so they could not take too much damage from an early mill one, so it's hard to say. It looks like they are going to save up for mill one. I think that's a solid choice. Let's take a look at the rares that both teams have. So for Pacer's got, for underrated champions, they've got Amber, Relics, both good rares for the Greek player. Citrus on the right side. On the bottom, there's Marble. Dye, which is kind of exposed. There's Pappy in the back of Trees territory, but again, it's contestable. And then on the in the Indian for the Indian player, there's wine on the right side. On the very right side, there's obsidian, a sugar in the top over there, as well as silver and bison. And then for the AZ team, they've got tobacco, peacocks, salt, furs in the corner, diamonds, horses, cotton. Definitely an interesting mix. I will say I think AZ definitely have the better rares, but I think it's not super far off. And it does look like we're going to see a mill from both these players. Both players going for barracks now. I think neither of them have scouted the other's barracks. I actually would like to see Gorbakov's barracks a little bit more forward, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, he's in a tough spot because he's got Amun. He's sandwiched in. I mean, both the center players are sandwiched in, but it's just, he's maybe thinking that he's got to keep his barracks somewhat in the back so he can go in behind, try and protect. I mean, I don't know how they're going to protect any rares. It's going to be harder to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything's so open here, and this placement is just hilarious. I mean, the way that they're staggered.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely interested to see where these players sieve, right? If we'll see trees try to sieve over here to protect Pappy, or sieve to the top over here to be more connected to his ally, I'm not entirely sure. Does look like Amun's just going to go for a sieve straight in the front to grab this wood camp. I think that's a good choice. This is +5 here, I think. And we do see the beginning raids. Both players have gone for mill first. Tree's going to queue up Hoplite Archer, whereas Gorbakov's gone for Hoplite Archer and then another Hoplite. I think Hoplite Archer and then another Hoplite's going to win out here. Tree's going to take some damage on the first Hoplite already.
Yep. That's the best order if you're going to do that. You got to get an Archer at least as your second unit. First can be good, but if at least second, because just for that reason, it's going to deny any other Hoplites around you.
It looks like Gorbakov's going to now go for a Commerce level 1. I think that's an interesting choice. I think he needs to put one Hoplite here, one Hoplite going around the back, and then the Archer stays at the front to make sure you don't take too much damage from a Hoplite. And it now looks like Trees is also going to go for Commerce 1. Again, all these players just going for a standard Commerce 1 build after going mill early, and we're seeing some beginning skirmishes of these bowmen. Looks like, let's see, I don't know if this Hoplite's going to get picked off. Oh, it's very close. This Archer's going to get picked off, though, from Gorbakov. Oh, it gets picked off. That's a crucial loss. Now these Archers are kind of given free reign. And Trees is going to need to micro well or target fire. Or, sorry, Gorbakov's going to need a micro well or target fire. This Hoplite's still here. I think he needs to make another unit, and he's going to make a Slingers. But Slingers aren't going to help out against these Archers.
No, not too much.
And here we see Gorbakov missing the Bison Merchant from Amun. A crucial mistake there. Again, Gorbakov finding a minor misplay, which is going to make a big mistake. That Bison is really helping out Amun. Plus 90 food income off a single rare.
Yeah.
See both players getting up a market now. And Trees actually has enough money for Civic 1. Let's take a look on this side. Would like to see Pacer go for Mill to try and deny Trees' next city, which is no doubt coming.
You look, Pacer's getting some nice knowledge income early here using relics and Pappy.
Yeah, and actually, Pacer is clicked up on Science 2, and it just finishes when he puts down the... Oh no, he used Pappy to get Science 2.
Moving.
Nice move from Pacer. This is actually a really excellent choice on this map, because what you do is you can skip Civic 2, and then you can age up with Mill 2 and Science 2. You can just age to Medieval Age, because that's a really fast build order for Greeks. Really nice play there from Pacer. Although he is kind of suffering for wealth rares right now.
Yeah, but getting the side 2 out of the way, it's not going to matter too much because you don't have to really worry about scholars a whole lot because you have relics and you have the 2 universities up. Plus, it looks like he's going to go use dye, so he'll get another 10 gold and another 10 knowledge from that.
Yeah, nice little choice there. We do see Gorbakov continuing to be annoying in the back, just moving those units around, making sure his opponents can't use those rares. Does look like Gorbakov picked off the Bison Merchant, finally. Should have done that a little while earlier, but he wasn't paying attention. And the Indians player is a little bit behind the Mongols player now. Mongol player has plus 30 food income, and that Indian player doesn't even have Civ yet.
Ammon's going to sneak in and use Pappy now, and Trees knows about the Pappy, so I'm not sure why he hasn't gone back there and poked at it a little bit. But,
yeah, I think Trees just doesn't have the resources to get Pappy going. He does have a caravan now, but it's actually not producing on them. It's not producing any wealth. Not really sure why this happens sometimes. But it is. Here we see Gorbakov going to try and use sugar, and Trees has a hoplite that's currently not going to attack it. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he was on.
Oh, he is going to send it back and going to pick off that merchant eventually.
Yeah, he's got an archer there too now. Oh no, it's his citizen. Never mind. He's got a citizen and a hoplite, single hoplite. So they're going to kill that.
Looks like the Greeks player is going to age. I would like to see a despot from the Greeks player because, the Mongol player has been set behind pretty far, is easily raidable. This is a pretty tough position to hold. Trees will have to rotate back and forth.
Yeah, Karakorum is completely exposed. You see the second city coming up here from Gorbakov. That's going to completely isolate Amun from any support. So they could easily double Karakorum here and take the sack.
Yeah, and I think I actually would have liked to see Gorbakov go for a city up top, honestly, because it denies Bison from his opponents, and here, I think Gorbakov
Yeah.
really wants to use Bison because he is a bit far behind in terms of economy compared to his Mongol opponent. I mean, compare the economies, right?
Yeah, it's not even close. But you look at Pacer, I mean, his economy's great. He just needs to get some miners going.
He needs to make something happen, though, because Gorbakov is
Yeah.
behind against Trees. Trees has lost more military units, but his economy is doing better. Here we see a nice little raid from Gorbakov, going to pick off this Furs Merchant. His patience was rewarded, it looks like. And Pacer going to send out some raiding units as well. I think Pacer just needs to get aggressive. He needs to make something happen, basically.
Yeah, and there's constant raiding going on, and this is going to be a tough thing in this map. You see the Furs just went down in the back corner there.
Yeah, we see a citizen on citizen fight. Trees not microing the best. Who will deal the final blow? It's not clear. They both died to one hit.
Yeah. Well, Trees has 4 hit points.
Looks like Pacer just lets the citizen walk away because he wasn't paying attention. Now he's going to go for Senator, which is, I mean, it's a fine choice, but I think he needs to make something happen. Amun ages. Gorbakov's still a ways away from aging. Needs to get... it does have a good economy at this point, but needs to make sure he doesn't take any more economic damage.
Yeah, Trees is aging now, so this is going to be tricky here. Pacer needs to move fast.
Here we see Amun and Pacer. They're far away from each other and they're sharing die. How nice of them to share that rare together. Let's take a look at the units killed because that's pretty important. Here we see Amun's lost 5 units. And Gorbakov's killed 4 and gotten 3. Pacer's gotten 2 and 2, and Trees has killed 3 and lost 1. So Amun definitely a bit slow, unfortunately, losing those units. Definitely, this is a very interesting game. I'm not sure. I think. Oh no, Pacer's gone for Civic 2. I don't think that was the right choice here, buddy. Really, you just need to get your economy up and rolling. You need to get your food income to plus 150 or timber income to plus 150 or as close as possible, and then you need to try and put pressure on Trees here, because Gorbakov's just a little bit far behind. Trees aged a little while ago. Gonna get the Senate now, probably gonna get a university and as well as a stable, maybe Mill 2, a mine. And Gorbakov is yet to click up, only now gonna click up. This is a 12:30 age time, which is really slow, unfortunately.
Yeah, Phantom made a great point in the comment section. He said Pacer doesn't have to worry about universities at all. He's got plenty of knowledge. Just hurry up in H3, get those crossbows and those heavy cavalry out, and just kill. But now it's gonna be slow because he wasted
so much food on Civic 1.
Yeah,
it's just
that was really just
not good.
He could be aging here in the next I don't know, minute or so. But now instead it's gonna take him another probably 3 minutes.
Yeah, here we see a nice little raid from Pacer though. Gonna deny some metal mining. I think if he is still more annoying, he can probably move to this wood camp, but now it looks like he's going to get caught by Amun's units here. Going to lose both of these units pretty easily. There's not much to do here. Archer against Slinger versus heavy infantry against Archer. Going to lose that fight 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, unless you just super micro. But he's not doing that. So
yeah. This merchant might get picked off.
Yeah.
Pacer not doing a great job warning his ally that there's some units there, but it does look like Amun's not paying attention either, so it's fine. Pacer's gotten the 3rd city up. Gonna go for a longer boom game. And I would like to see Trees get aggressive. Gonna go for Despot, which I think is a solid choice, but it is a little late. He is floating a lot of resources, not really sure why. The economy's also not like insane here. We see the Indian player. Indians, they're not a terrible nation to defend Despot Rush with. And the reason for that is elephants, you don't need Mill 2. So you can just skip Mill 2, get elephants, and then hold out like that. Here we see Trees gonna snipe off that dye merchant, which was being used.
Yep, and then in return, Gorbakov's gonna take out the sugar and save his sugar.
Yep. Nice little move there. Has a couple units to defend.
Yeah, so it's just been jockeying for these rares. And again, like I said, because of the way the cities are placed, it's just almost impossible to defend all these rares. It's just, you got to pick a couple and just defend them and just use the ones you have.
Yeah, and also you got to raid your opponent's rares. It's constantly just really tough.
It looks like Gorbakov is going to tower Bison, so that's a nice move. You can use that soon.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna deny Amun being able to use that Bison, and Amun really wants it because he wants to be able to max out his food income, but instead gonna lose it. Looks like he's gonna move some units over. Actually might be able to deny this tower. There is an elephant though from Gorbakov, which might stop this this attempt at denying the tower. Although this archer's probably gonna get picked off as well as this merchant.
It looks like Pacer can age here. Let's see if he'll age and kill.
I think he really needs to. He needs to also get that wood income and timber income up a little bit.
Well, because
gonna click up on the H button.
At this point. Trees has no science, no universities, and no knowledge income at all. So he's just going for an all-in. He's got militia. It looks like he's gonna go for Delhi, all in on Delhi. So use that as an opportunity. Let him go on Delhi, and while he's at Delhi, you go to Karakoram. Just, take out his cap.
It does look like he actually. This is a really fast age time. 15 minutes into the game, getting an age. But also, it does look like Trees has a pretty slow execution here. The siege factory should have gone up a little bit earlier. Should have started sieging because he's clearly going to have more army than Gorbakov. But I don't know. And Gorbakov is doing poorly in the army and tech department. He needs to get a tower and a temple. It needs to get a tower and a senate, as well as I don't know what else he can make because he doesn't have many resources. Pacer doesn't have much army. Gonna get up the siege factory now.
Yeah, he's got to be fast because here comes Amun rotating. He's got a decent sized army. They could easily take and hold Delhi here, and there's nothing Pacer can do. But Pacer is in a position where he can, like I said, take Karakoram pretty easily, rotate over, take Rai, and depending on who gets the sack at Delhi, if if Trees takes the sack at Delhi, he'd have to rotate up and get that. Then finally, Trees would be dead. Pacer should be able to win this.
Yeah,
he's booming along.
But we do see the militia being pulled for Trees. Looks like Gorbakov doesn't even have militia. He's in big trouble. I don't know what he spent his metal on. He spent his metal on Mill 2. Really poor choice. Again, just showing a bit of inexperience, unfortunately. Now he's gonna get sandwiched.
And he's building the Senate there. Just move your Senate. Move your Senate. Don't build the Senate.
Bro, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
There is militia from the tower there, but he's dead now. There's no way he can win the fight against 2. Looks like Pacer is going to do a decent job just being annoying with these cataphracts and stuff here. But I think Pacer just needed more army. Needs this cap sack to make it worth it, definitely. Delhi is taken back.
There was a 5-minute timer too, so that's fine. It looks like they were going to take it back. It was a 5-minute timer. There's plenty of time for Pacer to take care of Karakoram. I don't even know why he's bothering going to Delhi at this point.
Oh no, he almost kills off the despot, but then I don't know what he's doing with this cataphract or this royal companion. It is doing good work against Trees' army, and Trees' economy is shattered, but he does have a lot of resources. He's just pumping out units.
From that sack.
And Pacer needs more production. Yeah, he's not producing units, he's just teching up. Again, just a bit slow, unfortunately. Looks like the elephants are doing good work, though. Gonna snipe off siege. Gorbakov says GG. I don't think it's GG quite yet.
No, Pacer just rotate. If Gorbakov here, all he does is rotate down, bring whatever units he has, come to Karakoram.
Oh, this siege might get sniped. That's really bad for Pacer. Needs another siege going.
Yeah, this is just bad.
I think it's just Pacer messed up the execution here. He had the right strategy, but the execution was just off. Now Gorbakov only has 12 population. I'm not actually sure where that population is.
Pacer could actually comp too now, even spend some of those resources and get more units.
Yeah, Pacer says 2 minutes I needed. Yeah, I mean, I think you didn't need those 2 minutes. You need to execute better. Yeah, just has lost the army.
Yeah, and now Trees' economy is completely shattered. He's got a decent little army. I mean, Pacer could still kill here.
Yeah, he is ahead of Amun in terms of tech.
Well, he needs a comp too, so he can sell some of this food and wood, and get some of those heavy cavalry out.
Yeah, let's talk again about the execution. He has so much food and he has so many mines, but he's not using them, and his metal income's suffering. He doesn't have another caravan. At this point it's a little late, definitely, but it did feel like this was Pacer's bad, and he actually calls it out in the chat. He's like, my bad. Yeah, I think so. This is an aggressive GG from Trees. Again, you don't say this unless like your opponents say it. It's kind of scummy to say it ahead of time. Gorbakov says good rush. Again, I think the execution was a bit off from all sides. Aside from maybe Amun, who I think did a decent job, but yeah, I think this was the fault of Pacer, unfortunately. Just didn't have the right execution. Because this is kind of an uncommon build, right? Being Greek's gonna go for Science 2 and then Age on a land map. It's a bit of an uncommon build, but it is something that that some more advanced players will need to know how to do.
Yeah.
Gorbakov needs to get up a second city or else he's gonna die.
It's over.
But it is over.
Pacer's given up.
Yeah, he has no army. This is a tiny, tiny army.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate. He's floating 800 food, but he just couldn't do anything with it because he didn't pump out citizens. Like imagine how this game is different if Pacer gets up Comp 2 in time, gets up 3 caravans, fills the metal and timber camps, and then just spams units, you know. And he did that like
honestly,
5 minutes ago.
Even in the situation he's in, if he would just get the Comp 2, he could drop Colossus, start spamming out units. He could 1 versus 2 here because Trees is, I mean, look at his library. You know, he's way far behind. I mean, Amun was gonna age sometime soon, but Pacer was so far ahead. He just kind of he just gave up too early and just mismanaged it. It was just a bad break.
Yeah. Would like to see if Gorbakov has any units, he should just sneak one over to Delhi and take it back, but looks like that's not going to happen. Oh, he's going to try and help out Pacer.
Nah, it's a waste.
Yeah, Pacer doesn't have any units, so this is not going to work out. Looks like Amun actually gets the bribe off and Gorbakov resigns.
Yeah, that's it.
GG is called.
GG.
All right. Well, that was quite the series. Let's take a look at the game stats. That's going to be a 2-0 victory for AZ in this series. And again, like, look at Trees' units lost. He's lost 55 units, but that doesn't matter because he killed his opponent and he executed his game plan. Whereas Pacer didn't, right? He was just a little too slow. Yep. Execution was a little bit too much. Yeah.
All right, well, that's that.
Yeah, that's it. And now that AZF won that, there was a very high possibility of a 3-way tie. Let's load up. I'm going to load up the division thing here. All right, so if you take a look at this division, 4bidden4 has now advanced to 2-2, and Underrated Champion drops to 2-2. So if Quebec team win against LAT team 1, then there will be a 3-way tie between Underrated Champions, 4bidden4, and Quebec team, and they would have to do the exact same thing that that the other 3-way tie in Division 2 will have to do. They have to play a best-of-3 match against each of the other teams, and then we'll see from there. And we know that's really annoying because it's more time in your schedule, which is unfortunate. And also, you know, it's more, you know, it just delays being able to figure out if you're into top 8 or not. But that is a possibility, very real possibility. Yeah, Oldie, are you doing okay on your end?
Yeah, I'm fine. My wife's handling some.
Okay.
We have a little golem here. A little seagull is acting up. So sorry, I'm trying to.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah. I actually have the Quebec LAT teams. I don't.
Yeah, do you want to do those now so we can just get them out of the way? So that way AZ and Underrated Champions know if they have to make something happen. If they have to do something. Now, you know, now AZ, you know, if Quebec team win or if Quebec team loses against LAT team 1, then AZ is into the top 8. That's just how it is.
Right.
So,
but if Quebec team wins, then there's a playoff.
Yeah, if Quebec team wins, then we are going to have tiebreakers between 3-way ties. So, you know, Underrated Champions and Quebec team are hoping for that Quebec team wins this match. Whereas 4bidden4 are like, please, LAT team 1, please win, because they really want to make it into the top 8. Let's, Oldie, you want to send me the replays? And we could take a quick break while we, we'll be right back, a 5-minute break while we set up the next match. Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay. Welcome back. We're just quickly finishing setting up tech here. We had a bit of an issues with replays, but we've sorted it out. Okay, so we see an updated scoreboard for you here. Again, this following match, we're going to be casting Quebec versus LAT Team 1. A very important match for for Quebec here, because if they win, they have a chance to make top 8, whereas otherwise, it's, you know, if they win here, they have a chance to get into top 8. Otherwise, they're out. If LAT Team 1 is already out, they're 0-3 right now, but they still want to win a match, so definitely interesting to see what will happen. Unfortunately, we don't have ban information currently, I believe, so...
yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah, if somebody in the chat, I think Jonathan is currently watching. Jonathan, if you have the information, that would be awesome. But otherwise, it's totally fine if you don't have it. All right. All right, so we're good. All right, so this is LAT Team 1 versus... Oh, I forgot to download it. Sorry, 1 second. We're going to hop back to here really quickly. I'm just going to fix this really quickly. Apologies, folks. I forgot to change these graphics. Okay, I see. All right, so this is LAT Team 1 versus Quebec Team. To introduce the teams and the players, LAT Team 1 has LAT Inca, LAT Doko, LAT Kyle Pompilio, and LAT Maya. And they're against Quebec Team, which is QC Jonathan, QC Sammy Boy, QC I, and and Levenchick. Who do you think has the edge here in this matchup, Oldie?
You know, we've seen this LAT team's got a lot of potential, but I give the slight edge to Jonathan and these guys.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, we've seen some players. Some of these players are different. They play other formats primarily. So, for example, Jonathan is a pretty well known standard player. So, you know, even though the formats are very different, it can be very good for them to have some experience playing other formats. Especially, you know, we've seen some people raiding with elephants really well because that's a standard tactic, and that sort of thing. Yeah. So that experience can give them a slight edge, I guess. Does look like, is YouTube buffering for you on your end, Oldie?
Let me check.
Because it looks like it's buffering here for some reason. I don't know why. I'm seeing an error on my screen, but it's not.
This is live, so
okay,
it looks good.
Whatever. All right. Well, if anybody does have any issues with stream quality or whatever, please let us know, because I'm currently seeing an error, but I don't actually see any error, if you will. Whatever. All right. We don't have any information in the bans. Sorry for that. Let's jump into game. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So... This is Quebec versus LAT, game number 1. I don't know why the replays are named like that, but this is game number 1, and it is unfortunately a 2v2.
Yep.
All right, I'm at 1 second when you're ready, Oldie.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is a 2v2 on Great Sahara. We just saw a pretty exciting match on Great Sahara. Let's take a look at the players and the nations. We've got LAT Inca with Turks and Kyle Pompilio with British. And on the other side, we've got QC Sammy Boy with Persians and Jonathan with Bantu. I definitely like the LAT picks much better. What do you say?
Yeah, I'd say, but I will say the Bantu, if you get the early raids on this map, it could be a lot of frustration there. And Persians are good too for the gold, cheap civ, elephants of course. But yeah, Turks and British, that's pretty brutal. You get those Turkish siege with those British archers. That's a pretty nasty combination.
Yeah, definitely. Part of the strength of that rush is the Turks player can get milled too, but the British player doesn't need milled too. They can just spam out archers and heavy infantry, and that'll be good enough. And light horses, obviously, that'll be good enough. Doesn't need milled too, and so the rush is really, really fast. So that can be quite good. Persians, I don't think are super great on this map, unfortunately. Personally, I just don't think Persians are super great in general. I think Indians are way better, but that's just my personal opinion. And then Bantu, we've seen Jonathan do some decent work with Bantu, and Bantu are one of the best nations for, or one of the better nations for Standard, as I understand it. I don't play that much Standard, so don't quote me on that. But as I understand it, the raids with the infantry for Bantu are really strong in Standard, and they're also quite good in Nomad, which is why they're Tier 1, or part of the reason why they're Tier 1. So definitely interested to see what Jonathan can do with those Bantu light infantry and other infantry units. But I definitely would give the edge to LAT in terms of nations. Turks are amazing on this map, especially because it's so aggressive, and British, also pretty good to pair with Turks.
Yeah, for sure. When you get that those free British archers, they're like mini siege themselves. Plus the Turkish siege, they can really do a lot of damage early.
Yeah, and we do see LAT have completely captured the middle, so we see the yellow Turks player, LAT Inca, and the green British player, LAT Kyle Pompilio, and they've completely covered the middle, so they have a big wood advantage early on. On the top side, we see QC Sammy Boy, the purple Persian player. And on the left side, we see the blue Bantu player, AL_Jonathan.
Yep.
So I think this clearly favors the LAT team in terms of setup. They have the middle, they have control of a lot of the map. It's much easier to get around, and they can sieve forward and just pressure Jonathan here. And Sammy Boy's a bit far away, so it's going to be hard for him to support.
Yeah, and having control in the middle here is going to be nice. Control all this wood is going to be able to get their boom going nice and early.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the rares quickly because we have a bit of time. For the QC team, they've got Sugar, Azúcar, I don't know how to pronounce. They've got Diamonds and Salt in the back, both awesome rares. And then on the bottom side below Sammy Boy's capital, they've got Silver, as well as Peacocks over there, and Tobacco on the top side, and Amber. Good amount of wealth rares. And then there's Bison below Jonathan's capital, which is a bit exposed. For the LAT team, they've got Relics, that's kind of exposed. And then they've got, on the bottom side, they've got Silk, Copper, as well as Cotton, all but pretty exposed. And on the right side, there's Wool, Spice, and Obsidian. And there's Gems over there. I think pretty clearly the rares favor QC, Quebec team here. But if we can see a nice Turkish raid early on, or British raiding with their archers, a lot of the rares, the best rares from QC are pretty undefendable. The only one that's like pretty easy to defend is Sugar, which is right next to Great Zimbabwe, obviously.
Yeah, we saw last game just constant raids on these rares, so let's see if we'll see that again, because they're all pretty exposed. So
yeah. And that's what you got to do when you're on Sahara. You want to raid your opponent's best rares and make sure you protect your own, because those are both really important things to do. Do you see here, Kaio's a little on the slow side, going to get up the 5th farm. I'm not going to get the library up within 4 minutes. On this side, Jonathan also similar speed, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the ruin counts. Does look like Sammy Boy has way better ruins than everybody else. 6 ruins already, and everybody else has 2 to 3. Inca is only 2. And that means Sammy Boy's going to get up the library nice and early here. Turks player also going to get up the library. Definitely interested to see what sort of build we're going to see from Inca. I think I would like to see Commerce, and then it depends on the situation basically after that. But I think I would like to see Commerce first. Not close enough for a straight up mill. Not really any reason to go for that and risk getting behind early.
Yeah, no, just play it safe here. You got the middle position, so just build from there.
Yeah, gonna go for Commerce. Nice choice there. On this side, the British player gonna get that library up and running. On this side, the Persian player is also gonna go for Commerce, and Bantu's almost finished the library. So what do you think the strategy is for Jonathan and Sammy Boy? What text do they go for?
I think Jonathan gets calm mill. I think with the Bantu, get out and start raiding early, put some pressure on them, get them chasing you around so they can't set up for a rush. And then I think Sammy Boy is a calm civ, because of course Persians, you get that cheaper civ. Just start civing forward, maybe take over that silver there, take that small mountain, and start putting pressure towards Istanbul, building that direction.
I actually disagree with you. I think, given, if we saw the resources just like a little while ago, we would have seen Jonathan has a lot more food than Commerce. I would have actually liked to see him go Civic. Just grab Bison over here, and then maybe Civ back to protect some rares. Because I think, sure, Commerce is good and all, but I think you just want to get your cities down before the Turks player can possibly deny them. Turks player is going to go for Commerce Mill, which we've seen a bunch of times from these players. And I think it's going to pump out a merchant as well. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say exactly what the play is. Now that Jonathan's committed to commerce, I think he should go for that mill now. Definitely interesting to say. Gonna go for a sugar. Gonna go for a merchant on sugar. See if he uses it for mill or just clicks up on mill instead. Not entirely sure what he should do.
Yeah, we'll find out here shortly.
Looks like he's just gonna click up on mill. And the barracks is going to come out for Inca. Would like to see the British player go for Civic, I think. British players are a little on the slow side, and the Persian player is going to get that second city. I would actually like to see it a little bit more forward, just on the edge. He needs to get as close as possible to his opponents, or else Jonathan's going to get doubled early on. That would be really bad for him. So,
I mean, we could even see a Civ 2 here from the Persian. Use sugar maybe and just go Civ 2. So that's possible.
Yeah, that is possible. If he can get a nice aggressive Civ 2 early on.
Yeah.
Hard to say exactly, but that food is very important. Here we see Inca going to start pecking away at the citizen, but Jonathan, you know, as a Bantu player, you get an advantage from having faster citizens early on. Nice little move there.
Yep. And he's going to have those fast light infantry coming out here, and that's going to take care of all these archers, no problem.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see Inca maybe queue up one more unit, maybe another archer or something. But I see his point. He's trying to save up for Civic, which is a good choice. Or something. You know, we have seen Inca just skip Civic in the past, which is not ideal. It is just generally better to get Civic nice and early to improve your food income. Now we see Jonathan, nice choice here. Going to go for 2 light infantry. I think we're going to see a archer very soon to counter these hoplites. Yeah. These light infantry are very good. They're very fast. They raid really well. Looks like we're going to see Sammy Boy going to go for mill next. How do you feel about that rather than going for Civic, basically?
Yeah, that's a waste. You should just go Civ.
Because clearly the Turks player is going to try to raid Jonathan here, right? Like, just like look at his unit placement. Looks like these light infantry are going to run away, and the woodcutter camp is not going to go up here for Jonathan quite yet, but he looks like he does have an archer coming around the back, which is going to be helpful.
Yeah, I mean, Sammy Boy's in a position he could pretty much free boom here, so there's really no reason to mill at all. Just keep civving forward, get your resources up, get the second caravan out, get your gold going. And Jonathan's going to be able to handle this little raid here, no problem.
Looks like Jonathan loses a infantry unit, but Inca's going to lose a lot more than that. Going to lose both of these archers, or both the archer and the heavy infantry here. Nice micro from Jonathan. Again, you know, his experience with standard is probably going to help him quite a bit here. And Jonathan's gone for Civic. Nice choice there. Going to get his economy up. And in fact, I think this extra wood camp is actually a bit of a mistake. I don't think he needed it. I think he can just use salt in the back there to supplement his wood income a little bit. Let's take a look. Yeah, looks like the British player has scouted silver, but is currently not raiding it. And that means Sammy Boy might be able to get a quick age out of it. I think he needs to get a merchant to salt as soon as possible. Oh, it looks like he has a caravan here. That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, you just gotta raise it, you know, the free caravans.
Yeah, you can just raise it and get back. Here we see Jonathan gonna raid the Turkish player, which I think is a nice move. Turk player has nothing here to defend. Really needed a tower or something, and Jonathan just taking advantage of his skills in standard. You know, having nice micro, gonna be really annoying with these light infantry. And in fact, he's doing a good job target firing. Just running back and forth, forcing Inca to lose his income over and over and over again.
Yeah, very frustrating. Dealing with these light infantry of the Bantu. They're just really good units for raiding.
Yeah.
And now we see science coming from Bantu. And I'm gonna guess he's gonna age somewhat soon. Not sure where he's gonna drop his third city.
Here we see a bit of a raid at the front from Sammy Boy, going to be annoying, and they're also Kaio's using gems, which I think is a nice choice, nice pick there. Not sure who's ahead early. I think the Turks player has fallen a bit behind. You know, does have a decent income because he's using bison and wine and citrus. Doesn't need to get civic, which I think is going to work out for him. But Jonathan's doing not bad for himself. Needs to get that food income up a little bit higher. I would like to see another city, but otherwise he's doing pretty well for himself.
Well, yeah, you see, Inca's already got Mill too, so it looks like he's going to be ready to go get aggressive here early. As soon as
Yeah, definitely. Not able to use silver, unfortunately. Probably just gonna click up. But he's using Bison, which unfortunately for Jonathan and QC in general, they haven't scouted. No lookout scouting for them. I'm not going to reveal that unit. And now Jonathan, unfortunately, just has a lot of going on and might lose this archer here.
Yeah, it looks
he's going to dodge a shot. I don't know if this one's going to survive. Maybe. It looks like it's going to go down. Let's take a look at the number of units killed here. Looks like Jonathan's gone 2 and 2, Inca's gone 2 and 2, and Kyle's killed one while Sammy Boy's lost one. It's fairly even. I guess, you know, technically Sammy Boy has gone on the lower end of the stick. And we do see Inca and Sammy Boy gonna age up.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see some very early aggression here from Inca.
Yeah, his food income's really good at this point. Sneakily using Bison in his opponent's territory, which his opponent hasn't scouted, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Inca. He's already using copper, and he's using citrus as well. These are not great rares, but when you can make them work, you can make them work, right? Jonathan's now going to age up. He's actually not using silver, which is definitely a mistake. Really needs to use silver. And also...
Well, the copper and wine are actually good for the Turks. So the copper's going to give those hit points to those siege, and then the wine's going to give the cheap upgrades. For
and here we see Sammy Boy's also not using sugar. That's also a bit of a mistake, unfortunately. And these archers are just going to be annoying for Kaio. Going to pick it away at these units from Sammy Boy, who doesn't have a Senate quite yet, but will have it very soon. Here we see Jonathan being annoying with these heavy infantry in the backside. Sammy Boy's going to need to make a heavy archer here and to defend that. And these hoplites can just run away. They, you know, if microed well, they can all be saved. Jonathan's doing a great job just denying.
Yeah, you see Kyle just constantly harassing up here at Sammy Boy, keeping him out of the way. Looks like, yeah, here comes the siege factory from Inca. He's gonna get ready to go all in here.
Yeah, there is like no wealth income. He does have a single market, but like no wealth rares right now. But that won't matter because he's gonna have a lot of units, a lot of militia, and that's what's gonna count, right?
Yeah, well, no, he doesn't have a tower, so there's no militia. But it's just,
never mind.
Yeah. But he's got plenty of other units. He should be fine.
On this side, we see a forward tower from Jonathan. No militia quite yet. No government either. Probably should senator, but hard to say exactly what the strat should be.
Yeah, you got 4 siege coming out now from Inca.
Yeah, decent-sized army. 3 heavy infantry, 3 cavalry, and an archer. And has a good amount of production. 2 stables and a barracks. I think that's a solid choice considering how little wealth he has. He doesn't need that much. He doesn't need too many barracks to produce archers. And the rush is beginning. Jonathan is in panic mode. He's going to go for militia. He's like, okay, shoot, I'm screwed. I need to get out of stable. I need to get out units immediately. Or else he's going to lose his front city, and that's a lot. He's going to lose a woodcutter's camp, 4 farms, and a mine. The rush is going to come in. Is there militia? There is militia now. He should just pull his militia, which he does. Hoplites are good against militia, but there is a tower here, so maybe if he can take out enough damage from his opponents, Jonathan's actually going to pull a lot of the militia.
Yeah, the tower's gone.
The tower just melted.
Yeah.
Militia gonna do good work against these citizens, but Jonathan's taking a lot of losses, and Inca's economy has been relatively untouched, although his economy isn't too high in the first place. Does look like Inca's first attack is repelled, and now he's going to be able to take away some of these sieges. And I would have liked to see Kaio try to support there with some light horses or archers or anything, really. I think that would have made the difference. But unfortunately, Kaio's just left alone. Here we see Jonathan going to target fire some of the units instead of going for the siege. I think that's a fine choice, especially considering he's going to get the siege for free here.
Yeah, and it's this lack of gold's really hurting because he can't get any archers for Inca here. He really needed at least like a plus 30 gold or something.
Yeah, so or heavy cavalry or anything. Jonathan's economy is very hurt, but you know, it's kind of similar to Inca's at this point. Inca has no units and still is yet to get civic, and Jonathan can get senator very soon. So, gonna go for a temple. I actually don't really like this infinite queue of citizens. I think he needs to get up a stable as soon as possible. But he is going to put up a look on a tower, which I think is a good choice. I think he needs to get senator soon, so he can out economy his opponent. Because Inca now has those units upgraded, and we see Kaio also booming along. On this side, what's Sammy Boy do too? His economy is actually really bad. I don't know what he's doing exactly. He needs to get some more citizens going, some more farms going. He does have senator, which is a nice choice, I think, but it looks like he's just getting raided by his opponent a lot. That's all. These archers in the back being really annoying. Sammy Boy really needs a light cavalry to take that out, but it looks like his stables are currently empty of production.
Yeah, but LAT Inca's economy is just really hurting now. Still no civ, no gold production. This is really, really tough for him.
Here we see a nice raiding unit from Kaio. This heavy cavalry might get a good amount of damage done against the slightly weakened Jonathan. What's this raid? Oh, he's going to raise this wood camp. That's an interesting choice. Not really sure why he would do that. He is going to fight it out with this cataphract using some militia.
And now we finally see Civ coming from Inca, so this will help get a caravan out. Finally get some gold income. Maybe he can go make another push here. Maybe get Despot out. But at this point, I don't even know if Despot's really worth it.
He should go Senator at this point.
Yeah, and still do the same thing with the Senator.
Yeah. Jonathan needs to get out some caravans. He has 2 cities. And also just needs to get the economy up in general. Again, Kaio just being annoying, continuously raiding. Look at all these raiding units from Kaio. Now we see Jonathan going to try and take out gems here, but actually target firing the tower by mistake. Here's a raiding unit from Sammy Boy. That's a nice choice, going to get that elephant going. His economy's kind of recovered, but he needs to spend more of his money. We've seen this time and time again. Players just getting too much metal early on, which is going to be unfortunate. Here, Jonathan has a larger army. He could just go deny the city, but he doesn't, so he's going to lose access to relics, which is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, good work by Sammy Boy, just being harassing with that elephant, just keeping Kaio's attention away from the bottom there. But now this is a nice little army coming in from Jonathan, just harassing this front city now. So we'll see what he's gonna do here. This is a nice little raiding party actually. He can come harass this metal.
Yeah, I think I would like to see him
still
go
no
around.
Tower up at Istanbul, so he could still go harass all of Istanbul, all those farms, all those woodcutters there if he wanted to.
Yeah. Jonathan finally spots Bison.
Yeah, so that's nice. He's able to raid that finally.
And we're seeing a little skirmish between Inca and Jonathan. Inca not microing and going to lose his light horse for free. Let's see if Jonathan micros against this phalanx. Looks like Inca's just going to run away against all these archers. Saves the phalanx, which has very little HP left.
Yep. And now we see Colossus coming from Sammy Boy.
Yeah. I think it's
that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's a good move actually. You really want to win the longer game against your opponents, and you want to deny it from the British player. Who does he have a government? Oh, he has gone despot. Okay. Currently, the British player is just—I don't know what he's doing. This elephant's being good from Sammy Boy. Gonna raid this gems merchant once again. Might get picked off though, but
yeah, Kaio seems unsure of what to do. He's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I think he's just like raiding and booming at the same time. But if you're raiding and booming like this, I think you want to go senator, not despot.
Yeah, he's hoarding a bunch of resources.
He needs to put down a 3rd city. I don't know.
Yeah, get some more archers out, build a couple barracks.
It looks like Jonathan might actually take this forward city here of Havsa.
Yeah, he has
with a small
he has
little
one
raid.
Infantry, and that's gonna. And the
That's
city's shooting
funny.
very slowly.
Yeah, if he takes this, it'll be hilarious.
Yeah, Jonathan's economy is actually doing quite poorly. I don't know why his economy is so... Oh, his economy is doing badly because Kaio is just raiding continuously. I think Jonathan needs to get a tower or 2 at his capital, or get Mill 2 and start pumping out heavy cavalry. But this city might go down.
Here comes a sneak attack from Inca. A little
nice little army. If he takes the capital, he can easily get back on his feet in terms of what do you call it, resources, because the cap stack is a lot. But if Jonathan just pulls all the militia, I think he can pretty easily beat this army. There's a lot of phalanx here, but he can just hold the city while the rest of his army comes back.
Yeah, it looks like the sack is gonna happen here.
Yeah, Jonathan just really slow in the reaction. Needs to get militia pulled,
Yeah.
but gonna lose the city instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
It's
not paying
gonna be-
attention. I don't know what he's up
He
to,
should
but
be able to. He should be able to take it back though. He's got plenty of militia.
yeah, but that is a lot of free resources for Inca here. Lots and lots of free resources. Again, I don't know what Jonathan's doing. His units aren't militia. He could probably fight this off. But he's not. I don't know what he's doing. I think he fell asleep at the wheel, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Oh,
I'm not sure
I know.
either.
No, I know why. So Jonathan actually messaged me a little while ago, like before the game started. He was like, "FYI, there was a drop that happened in this game around the 20-minute mark," and I imagine that's what's happening here. It's just like Jonathan, the player dropped, so this is currently an AI. They played it out with AI, so that's why Jonathan's not doing much. And actually, that's a really big deal because that means they're really far behind.
Oh yeah.
I think they would have been
6-minute
ahead
timer,
if
though.
Jonathan hadn't dropped, but unfortunately, that really sucks. I'm really sorry for the QC team. Really unfortunate for them.
Yeah, because Sammy is doing pretty well here. He's got a nice sized army.
Yeah, I think they would have won this game if Jonathan would have dropped that. At least I think they were ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
Although Kaio is just raiding really, really well here on this side.
Yeah, just constantly harassing. He just took out all these workers on the Colossus. Unfortunately, there's just nothing back here at Persepolis. Oh, here comes the heavy cavalry now.
All these units are so low, but still getting kills from Kaio's side. And, you know, props to Sammy Boy for playing it out, but in a 2v2 especially, losing a player like this early on to really, well, you know, really just losing it to AI and drops, it's really unfortunate. I'm really sorry for them.
Yeah, it's too bad. Because the Persian was doing well, and Sammy Boy was doing okay. But even with Colossus, I don't think he's gonna really have a chance at this point.
No, I think this game's over
just
now.
Too strong. Yeah, we just fast forward.
Yeah, let's do it. So really unfortunate game for QC there. I think they were ahead, but unfortunately they just weren't able to make it happen because Jonathan dropped. That really sucks.
Yep. So it happens.
Looks like Sammy Boy's gonna play it out for a little bit. You know, props to both teams for playing it out. Usually when a drop happens, generally speaking, the rules are, you know, that you can ask for a re if it's even, or if one team's ahead, they'll win. But I guess they wanted to play it out, so they decided to play it out. So props to them for playing it out. Well, I guess we can only talk about like the beginning parts of the game because afterwards QC lost because Jonathan was out. But I did think Jonathan and Sammy Boy were ahead by a little bit before Jonathan dropped. I think they were ahead by a good amount. I don't know. What do you think, Oldie?
Yeah.
I think so. Definitely, they were. But that happens. That's life.
Yeah, it sucks for them. All right, that is going to be 1-0 in favor of LAT team number 1 in this match here. You ready for game number 2, Oldie?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna load up game number 2 here. This is Quebec versus LAT 1-2, I believe, is game number 2.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Okay. All right, again another 2v2, but that's all right. Looks like Jonathan got his internet back together. So I'm at 0 seconds when you're ready, Oldie.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is game number 2. Again, an important match for Quebec. At this point, LAT is out, but Quebec, it's very important for them because if they win this series, they'll have a chance of making it into top 8. Does look like we're on Australian Outback, one of the more exciting maps in my opinion. Let's take a look at the players and their nations. For LAT Inca, we've got Americans and LAT Kyle Pompilio has Koreans. And on the other side, we've got QC Sammy Boy with Russians, now Jonathan with Romans. You know, at first I was going to say, I think LAT has the edge in nations, but Russians are actually not terrible on this map, I will say.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of land. You can take up a lot of those mountains. It just depends how Sammy Boy uses them. They're, I love Russia. But
yeah, and I think
2v2, I wouldn't take them, but in this situation, I think it might work out.
Yeah, and I think Romans are pretty solid on this map as well. I do think Koreans are very good, and Americans, if they have space to boom, they're very good. But if the QC team is able to put some aggression on, make sure the American player can't have space to boom, then we could see a very exciting game here where QC get the advantage by going a little on the aggressive side. But obviously, LAT have planned this out smartly. They've picked Koreans to pair with their Americans players, so they can defend and against any sort of aggression pretty well with the Korean power there. So I will give the slight edge to LAT in terms of nations, but I think both teams have a chance. And I think I'm definitely interested to see how effective Russians will be. Right? It's a little hard to say how effective it will be because some games you're like, okay, well you're just way fast. Your nation is just way faster than your opponents, and you just run them over, right?
Yeah.
But other games it's like a little harder to tell what sort of advantage your team is gaining, right? Like if you have Spanish on your team, it's hard to quantify how much advantage you're gaining from having a Spanish player on your team, and similarly how much advantage a Russian player on your team is going to give you, because of the border push is one of their main powers. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned. We see the blue Russian player QC Sammy Boy in the bottom right corner. And on the left side, facing off against him, the purple Koreans player, LAT Kyle Pompilio. On the top side, we've got the yellow American player, LAT Inca. And on the very right side, we've got the red Romans player, Al Jonathan. Nothing much to say here. It looks kind of like a standard map spawn. They're all kind of split off, but they all have access to water.
Yep. Pretty standard here.
We can talk through the rares quickly because we do have a bit of time. For the LAT team, they've got copper, gems on the top side. There's tobacco in the middle, as well as on the left side. There's peacocks, bison. There's furs next to Seoul. I'm sorry if I'm not Korean. I don't know how to pronounce that. There's marble here. And there's sugar right in the middle. That's pretty contestable for both teams. On the other side for QC, they've got diamonds. They've got silver. There's cotton. And there's silk and relics. I gotta give the edge to QC here in terms of rares. Silk is awesome on this map, especially if they can make use of that Comm 2. Silver obviously is great, as is diamonds. And relics are good in the long game. But, I wouldn't count the LAT team out. They have furs. They have a couple, solid rares here, some wealth rares. They do have copper, so they could raid water.
Gems.
They have gems, yeah. But I would, if they can control sugar also, that's great. But I would give the edge to QC. Just having a couple library rares that are very good, silk and silver, as well as kind of relics. The knowledge boost is really helpful.
For sure.
Those rares are quite good. Let's take a look at the ruins bonuses quickly, because it is the beginning of the game. It looks like they're fairly even. Jonathan has 5, Kaio has 4, Sammy Boy and Inca both have 2, and now Kaio and Jonathan have tied it up. Definitely interested to see what sort of builds we're going to see from these players. I'm interested to see how, if Sammy Boy is going to delay Civic at all, because he does have access to Silk. A common build on this map is to go Comm 2, Comm 1 and then Comm 2 and skip Civic, because you can build, farms. You can build Fisherman, obviously, to supplement your food income, which is always it's usually a good choice. And this Silk, obviously, getting a cheaper commerce reach, is pretty good. I would like to see Jonathan do that, more so than the Russian player, because Russian, if you get your Civic up first, you can push territory, grab some mountains and stuff. I definitely would like to see the Romans player do that a bit. Just boom up, get that economy nice and rolling, and then you can go Comm 2 Despot and try to kill the Americans player.
Yeah, I think it's the way to do it.
Yeah,
for sure.
On this side, I would like to see Kaio also do a similar thing. I would like to see Kaio go Comm 2 Despot, because, he does have access to furs, has a couple okay rares, and you don't really... That's one of the disadvantages of Russians, right? If you have a supply wagon early with a Despot, you can just kill them pretty easily, because they don't have any speed bonuses, and don't really have any other bonuses, aside from that attrition early on, and border push, obviously. So I would like to see him go also Comm 2 Despots. And the Americans player, I think, should just play standard, because he just wants to boom along, just get up that economy. Maybe go Commerce Science and then grab a Wonder or something. But we'll see. We do see the first dock's going to come out for Jonathan. And we see the library from Sammy Boy, unfortunately a bit slow. Looks like he had a bit of a slow start. And look at Kaio going to get Civic. Kaio's just very fast. Going to go for Commerce and then Civic now. Going to get that dock going. The Americans player are going to research Commerce. And Romans player, definitely interested to see what will happen. I would like to see a market from the Romans player if he's going to go for that Com2 build that I talked about, because so he can get to Silk in time. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what we'll see from this game. Does look like the Russian player is going to go for a dock, maybe? Not entirely sure. Probably a dock. Yeah, does look like the Russian player is going to go for a dock, which is a good move. And it's not vulnerable to early raids at all because, you know, you're Russians, you have the attrition. You're not going to... You should be okay for the most part. Let's take a look at sorry.
And they're far away. They have to come a long way to do any real raiding, so I don't think he has to worry right now about any raids. On land anyways. Maybe water raids, that's it.
Yeah, let's take a look at if the players have scouted their best rares. It looks like they have. Everybody's done an okay job scouting. We'll say they haven't scouted their opponents super duper well, which is going to be a little problematic, but you know, everybody's kind of booming along right now, just getting the economy up and rolling. I don't expect to see any mills for a little while at least.
Yeah, I don't think so. But this is a good civ here from Kaio. Putting pressure on this mountain, putting pressure on this wood camp. So Sammy Boy needs to get a civ.
Yeah, he's going to get a civ up now. Nice choice. Also going to pump out a bunch of fishermen. That's an also nice choice. And Jonathan looks like he did go for Civic. Unfortunately, just didn't go for that Com2 build, which is quite powerful. But that is a build that a lot of players who, you know, when they're a little bit less experienced, they're at Nomad, they're not as comfortable doing, which is totally fair.
Yeah.
On this side, let's see what LAT Inca's up to. He's going to go for Civic now. Inca's actually very slow compared to Jonathan here.
Yeah, super slow. Yeah.
And I think that's due to a lot of the ruins mostly. Just unfortunately hasn't had the best luck with ruins. Do you see here, Sammy Boy's using Auto Explore, which is a bit of a mistake. Really should just set manual waypoints. Manual waypoints are usually way better than Auto Explore here. But
yeah, definitely.
Does look like Kaio's going to go for mill without waiting for this furs. I think that's a bit of a mistake. You don't need the mill at this point because you're up against Russians and you can't really raid them anyways. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have to say. Like, you can just wait for the mill, wait for your save 45 food with your merchant. Really no need to go for mill early like this.
Well, unless he's going to raid the water. I mean, that maybe.
That is true. Yeah, he could raid the water, and
they do have copper, so.
Yeah, currently not using it, but that could be good, especially against a Russian opponent who really wants to just boom along, doesn't really want to make more units.
Yeah.
So who would you say? Where would your bets be, Oldie, in this game? Who do you think will have the edge?
Well, we saw Jonathan and Sammy Boy had a good start last game, but Jonathan dropped, so. You know, and Jonathan is much faster than Inca right now, so I would hedge my bets on them, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. So I would agree. You know, these gems are helping Inca quite a bit, but if Jonathan can get in Classical Age, can get a fork here and get access to silver, that'd be quite good. Gonna snipe off this silver merchant probably using this archer, and this is a nice move. Just being annoying here on the front line.
Yeah, and denying the use of the gems there.
Oh, actually, he's not going to micro it very well. Going to waste a couple precious seconds, so the merchant is probably going to get away. Bit disappointing, but now the Americans player are going to get up that military research.
Yeah, now he can just go down and raid the wood here. Or go up to the top there. It looks like the barracks is coming now from Inca, so this will stop this attack here shortly.
Yeah, but it is annoying.
For
denying some wood for a little while. And on this side, we're going to see Jonathan start raiding the water. I think that's an excellent choice. He's a little bit behind, or ahead of Inca at this point, so he should really start getting the aggression on, I think, which is a good choice.
That's super annoying for if you're Inca because you're trying to keep your economy going. I mean, he's over on this food limit right now, so that's fine. But as he starts losing these fishing ships, then he's got to take time to make counter ships. It's just water raids are very frustrating on this map.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see Jonathan make another light ship, actually, just to speed up the raid, and also force Inca to get a heavy ship, because otherwise, at this point, he could just make a light ship. We do see a bit of skirmishing on the front line. Looks like Jonathan's not going to be able to win this fight against some villagers, but might be able to walk away with the archers here. We'll see. Hard to say exactly who will win this one. Inca is losing a lot of precious resource gathering time. And it looks like Jonathan's actually going to be able to get away with both units. Jonathan's actually aging now using silver. On this side, let's take a look. Sammy Boy is also going to age, and the Koreans player is hoarding a lot of resources. I don't know what exactly you're trying to do with that.
Yeah, he should just be aging, and
maybe he's saving for commerce. If he was going to go for commerce, he should have done that a while ago. I don't know what he's.
Yeah, just not paying attention, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, commerce would make sense actually because he got all that gold.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold that he has right now. But he's not aging. So. He's just waiting. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's not Dutch either. He's not getting any bonus for hoarding.
No, he's commerce capped completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just not paying attention. Just,
yeah, still no research. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
on this side, we do see Sammy Boy and Jonathan of age. Everybody just going for standard tech. Sammy Boy's getting the Senate up. I imagine a university and a stable will come down soon, and they're just all going to boom up a little bit. Looks like there's just Citizen that Sammy Boy forgot about. I would like to see either of these players on this side raid the water. Kyle's going to go for Science 1 now instead of aging, and now going to click up on the age button. But his age is going to be very late. Americans player does have money for Colossus. And now I would like to see Jonathan just push the offensive, get a senator out, I think, and then just be aggressive, very, very aggressive. Although, look at...
Yeah, I agree.
This is a nice move from Inca. Look at that timber income, plus 150. Really nice choice there, I think. You know, obviously Colossus, one of their main one of the powers, aside from population increase and the wealth rate increase, is you get extra timber and wealth income, commerce cap, and that's going to be really helpful when you put down a bunch of infrastructure, make a bunch of boats, etc. And that's really, really helpful, especially in the early game. That's a nice choice from Inca to get that up and running.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see if he can max that thing out and get a nice Colossus army built as well, because you know Americans, you get those bonus income. Was it +2 per resource from every infantry unit? So let's see if we can start spamming out some nice infantry.
Yeah, it does look like Jonathan is continuing the raid on water and actually has upgraded his sea units into the Dromon here. And Inca is just struggling to keep the economy afloat here, if you will. Anyways.
Yeah. He could just use the copper and easily defend the water here, but instead he's going to probably lose his bark pretty easily.
Yeah. And Inca's actually going to go for Despot. No, don't do that. Absolutely not.
You know, if he wants to be aggressive here, I guess.
Just go Senator and be aggressive. I think a lot of players have the misconception that, you know, Despot is when you go aggressive and Senator is when you be defensive. No, you can totally be aggressive with a Senator. It's just Despot you're forced to be aggressive, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Really don't like that play from...
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense here. He's got Colossus too.
Here we see a nice little raid in the back from Kaio.
Oh yeah.
But Jonathan's still being annoying in the back line. I think he can pump out a couple more ships here. But his economy is also not the best. Looks like he is going to infinite queue more scholars, which is a good choice, I think.
And it looks like Inca's going to finally start taking back the water here.
Yeah, upgraded units himself. He's using copper now.
Yeah, so that gives him an extra 30 hit points or so, which is crucial.
Yeah, Jonathan's actually hurting from a lot of resources right now. I think he needs to get up a couple more fishermen and a This fisherman's going to go down. I think Sammy Boy needs to help out on the water as well.
I saw he did have a heavy ship. I don't know what he did with it. But, oh, no, never mind. That was Kaio. Yeah, Sammy Boy's got to get some ships out for sure.
Here we see Kaio. I don't know what he's doing with his money. Does have Civ 2 and Mill 2, but doesn't have any scholars, doesn't have much production aside from... Does have a stable now. And it looks like he's going to go for a raiding attack. I don't really know. Oh, going to pick off these units, it looks like. Russian player going to go for Civic 2. Still needs to max out that economy. But the Civic 2 is going to give him more spots in this wood camp at least.
Yeah, and you get the plus 10 food and wood, so it's going to help boost the economy a little bit. Plus the Russian border push. Secure sugar here. So that should be fine.
Yeah. No need to go for mill early in this stage because, you know, it's not like you're going to get raided pretty hard anyways because you're Russians. And you can just grab sugar early, like you said early.
Yeah, some huge water battles going on up here with Jonathan and Inca. Just really trying to
Yeah,
take
it does
control
look
of
like
the water.
Jonathan spammed more ships than Inca, so Inca's going to lose these battles even though he has copper. He's just a little bit behind. Going to go for the trireme and as well as galley research. Jonathan, if he can get some fire ships going, he can really make a difference here.
Yeah, fire ships will clean up this mess, no problem.
Does look like he's made a bunch of farms. I don't like that choice. I think if I was Jonathan, I think you just need a second dock actually to pump out some more fishing ships because fishing ships are way better than farms. Let me tell you, they're just so much better. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, I think part of it is you look at his gold. He's got 800 gold. He's roamed, so he's just I don't know.
Yeah,
he wants
maybe
to focus the dock focus on military ship production. So that's just maybe the thought there. But yeah, I agree. I mean, you want to go. Fishing ships are just cheaper too.
Yeah.
I mean, so you look at what is this? His farms now are going to be,
like
you know,
60
in the
something,
70s.
70, yeah.
Yeah, 76 for the next farm. So he just spent, you know, high 60s, low 70s, where his fishing ships are still in the 50s. So, you know, he'd be saving, you know, 15, 20 wood here by building fishing
and we
boats.
see
Plus,
here.
plus you're getting gold production.
Yeah, we see here Sammy Boy just being really passive. Again, he has so many resources, but he's not spending them very well. He's going to get up the city of Odessa, so that means they'll have access to sugar. And also they can possibly double Inca here on this side. Again, that despot's going to hurt. I think if he had Senator, he would be way ahead, but I think Jonathan's actually ahead on this side now. Although Jonathan's infinite queuing citizens right now, which isn't super great. He should get science and then just get that second city down. Maybe it can go for Hanging Gardens. See Jonathan continuing the battles on water. Both looks like Jonathan's not using whales, which is a bit of a mistake. Oh no, he isn't because this fishing ship is out of position. This sometimes happens.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get out. It means that Inca's gonna be able to outrun him.
Well, Inca's not using whales either. He got his whales raided.
Oh, I see. Inca has actually made 2 docks. Probably a good choice. And there's still a Drawman in the back. Would like to see Sammy Boy pump out some water raids as well. He has a trireme coming around now. Second trireme here. But those look defensive to me.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Looks like we're going to see a raiding party from Jonathan. 3 cataphracts coming in. These might deal a good amount of damage. Maybe take out these marble merchants. Really, you're going to use marble over peacocks?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So the peacocks the furs is... Yeah, I think the peacocks got raided once already.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So that's why. And they just forgot about replacing it.
Yeah, it looks like Jonathan might lose this cataphract here. Maybe? I don't know. There's attrition, and these archers are shooting at it, but looks like he's going to be able to get away. Fortunate for him. Here on this side, these 3 cataphracts doing some good damage. Killed 2 merchants already. Might be able to get this cataphract. No, it doesn't look like it. No. There's another one there.
And it looks like he's got a bunch of heavy infantry, no siege yet, he's got mill 2.
Look at all these ships from Inca. I think this is a good choice. Inca's actually gone for commerce to So this is kind of a Commerce 2 despot, so I'm kind of happy, question mark. Not really, not exactly the build I was looking for, but Inca's going to be able to win the water. He has 4 light ships and 2 heavy ships, compared to Jonathan, who currently only has 2 and 2 instead. But Jonathan is aging, so, and he's also pop capped.
Yeah, Jonathan's ahead here overall.
Would like to see Jonathan just go for Hanging Gardens. He can get a knowledge advantage that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we see the 2 players down here jockeying. It does look like Kaio has 21 scholars. Wow, that is a lot of scholars. And on this side, Sammy Boy doesn't have nearly as many, but is making some more. He's also using relics, which is helping make up the difference. And Sammy Boy has science too, whereas Inca does not. Inca can age very soon though.
And look at Kyle hoarding his resources. Just 1,000, 1,100 food, 500 metal.
Or yeah, Kyle, I meant. Sorry, yes. Yeah, tons of resources. Really needs to, maybe infinite queue some citizens or something, or hoplites or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just make a bunch of heavy infantry at least.
Yeah.
Sammy Boy's gonna age.
Go for Hang Gardens or something. Yep,
A
Sammy
huge
Boy
water
and
battle.
Kyle have clicked up on the button. On this side, American's player is still very far from aging, but is going to win this sea battle, it looks like. There's just way more units for Inca here. Also, he's using copper. But Jonathan's going to be able to upgrade his units soon, so that's going to help out. Not really sure who's ahead early on like this.
Pretty close right now. It just depends on what Inca can do. Remember, he is despot, so... Some good raids from Sammy Boy down here. He's
starting to raid the water. Nice little move there. I would like to see him upgrade these units. But otherwise, nice little move.
Fire ship coming from Kaio. This should clear this up. And it's just going to sail right by.
I don't know where he's going.
Oh, now it's coming
turning
back.
around. Okay. Might catch both of these.
Boom.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it
sniped.
actually didn't do anything. Nice target fire from Sammy Boy. Not sure if that was intentional or
all
not.
3 of those ships.
Yeah, just run in
all
straight
3.
in, but
Yeah, just bad micro there.
yeah. On this side, it does look like even though Jonathan has the upgraded units, he can't outrun these these light ships, and those light ships beat his own light ships. So he's gonna have a bit of a hard time. Now he is aging up now. He's going for the trebuchet upgrade, but he doesn't have any trebuchets. Would like to see him just save the metal for mill, so he can get the upgrade and not be pop capped.
Yep. And you can see this, the copper's really helping. The galley actually has 2 more hit points than these upgraded Carracks.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big
so
difference.
That's a huge advantage there. I mean, obviously it's missing on attack and range. So no, it's the same range. Just 2 points down on the attack. But still, having that extra hit points is just huge to be able to fight with, even an age down. Now we're seeing a decent-sized army come here from Jonathan. He's rotating somewhere here.
He might be going bottom to help out Sammy Boy, because Sammy Boy has sieges and Jonathan doesn't.
Yeah, Jonathan's got 6 heavy cavalry, a bunch of crossbows.
And still, Inca's still quite far away from aging. He doesn't have the food income to get up to the money, and he also doesn't have enough scholars, I think.
Looks like he's just gonna go science here to try and cheapen the cost. I don't think he's too worried though, because he's raiding the water hard.
Yeah, these 2 light ships being really annoying.
Yeah, he's got Colossus, so I think he feels confident he could just kind of boom a little bit, even though he didn't go Senator.
Although here we see a nice little move from Jonathan. Gonna get Mill 3, which means he has tactics. He's gonna get tactics immediately, and that means he's gonna be able to fight no matter what, basically. And Inca's army is currently only at age 2, and Jonathan's gonna have armor. This looks like a devastating army raid here, or the beginnings of a devastating army raid, anyways. Unless Jonathan's not able to split up his units correctly, which would be bad. He needs to get out some sieges so he can take advantage of his strength and army here. But he's doing a nice job splitting up the units. Has those 2 light cavalry 2 heavy cavalry raiding over here. Hasn't lost a unit yet, I don't think. Nice move there from Jonathan.
Look like it. Yeah.
Sammy Boy's gonna push a little bit forward. There's an ambush from Kaio, which is gonna be good. Gonna be able to snipe one or both of these sieges.
And Inca's army is still just a little small for Colossus. You'd like to see some more units pumped out.
Yeah, and that's because he went Despot. Really, there's not much else. And well, it's not even that. He's just not focusing too much on the economy. His economy is pretty bad right now, actually. Jonathan's economy is also not great, but it's a little bit better than his, than Inca's.
Yeah, for sure. And he's an age up. He's all upgraded now. Start putting pressure.
Jonathan still has these 2 units here, but they're going to die to attrition sometime soon.
Inca's being a little passive in the water now. He's got 3. And now he's coming down. Instead of reading Sammy Boy here.
Yeah, Sammy Boy might lose a lot of his fishing ships. Needs to pump out some more units here. More dock units.
Capped.
But he's pop capped. He's going to get mill now, though, so that's going to work out for him well.
Yeah. And he's floating a ton of food also now.
Yeah, really needs to sell it, and then somebody needs to go Hanging Gardens. Like anybody at this point, I'd be happy with going Hanging Gardens because I think, you know, it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna cost you pop cap. It's a free knowledge basically, and no, it's really cheap at this point in the game. You can definitely afford it, so no reason not to get it.
Yeah, or Forbidden City, even something. Just use your resources, get something.
Yeah. This side, it does look like Kaio has the slight advantage over Sammy Boy now.
Yeah, I think so.
Their knowledge are actually pretty similar, despite Kaio having more scholars. It's because Sammy Boy's using relics, and we do see a bit of a rotation here for Kaio, but I don't know how well that's going to work out against Russian attrition.
No, it's not going to work very well at all.
Needed to bring a supply wagon.
Yeah. Especially age 3 attrition, because as you know, as you age, the attrition gets stronger.
Yeah.
What is it, age 2 with the Civ research? Or age, yeah, it's the first one. And then age 3, I don't remember how it is, but anyways, the attrition gets worse as you go.
Would like to see Jonathan upgrade his sieges, which he is going for, and yeah, I think this is a good move. He should rotate because his opponent can't really do much right now. It doesn't have that large an army. There's plenty of defenses here, and all the cities are far away. If Jonathan goes and rotates bottom and helps out Sammy Boy, I think that would be really good because Sammy Boy's currently, you know, they're trading decently well. Sammy Boy does have a larger army than Kaio, but Kaio can easily hold the city for a while. So it's going to be kind of even on the side.
Jonathan's going to get this city of Miami here, at least he might get the sack.
Yeah, there is a castle there. Nice.
Yeah, but he can
castle
still
placement.
sack it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
His trebuchet is going to get upgraded shortly.
Oh, Inca's upgrading, that's why he's not moving yet.
Yeah. And actually here, Kaio's going to lose his whole army here. Needed to retreat a little bit back more, and Kaio needs to upgrade to repair this tower, or else he's actually going to lose the city.
Yeah, I think Inca's going to lose this battle up here, so he's taking a real bad battle. He's age down, units
haven't
armor.
upgraded yet. His opponent has armor.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. He's going to lose his whole army.
His opponent's
going to be GG.
Yeah, I think that's going to be GG. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Because Kaio's dead at the bottom, and Inca's army is completely shattered right now.
Yeah.
So this is not looking good here for LAT team.
No, not at all. I'm not sure how they come out of this. I think, you know,
I don't think they can.
Yeah, like imagine, oldie, how different this game is if Inca goes Senator instead.
Or if he just gets aggressive. He was way too passive.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. I agree. The Senate move would have made a huge difference. And now it's just, I think, GG. I don't see how either one's going to win their side.
Yeah, it looks like Inca's going to try to snipe the supply wagon, but with only 2 unupgraded light cavalry, that's not going to do anything.
No.
And Inca's lost control of all of the water here because Kaio's just been spamming, or not Kaio, what do you call it? Jonathan has been spamming fishing ships.
Oh, John, yeah.
And this city's going to go down for Kaio here.
Yeah, and the city's going to go down for Inca too. The fort's almost done. Miami's gonna fall. Springfield's gonna fall not much far after because Even though Inca now has upgraded units, he doesn't have the armor, so there's just no way he's going to be able to compete with this.
No, definitely. And we do see a forced march from Jonathan that's going to clean up a bunch of these archers very quickly. And a lot of them are decoys. So
Yeah, they're done.
yeah. Looks like this is going to be GG very soon. I expect to see the call come out.
There's no way they're winning this. There's too many missed opportunities here.
Yeah, it looks like it. Still nobody has Hanging Gardens, it looks like. Man, somebody should have gotten this game was like prime for Hanging Gardens. It's pretty even on both sides. Looks like it's not going to end anytime soon. So if somebody got Hanging Gardens, they would have had a big advantage in the long game. But it does look like the LAT team, had some blunders and ultimately fell to the wayside against the pretty standard play of Jonathan mostly, and the pretty standard play of Sammy Boy.
Yeah, I think we just fast forward now.
Yeah, let's go for it.
It's just going to be kind of delaying the inevitable here.
Yep. Jonathan's here to help double Kaio, but Sammy Boy didn't really need the help.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're so far ahead. They're going to be able to go gunpowder not too long. It's just going to be... Just a good bounce back game for QC.
Yeah, definitely. After that kind of heartbreaking loss in game number 1 because of the what do you call it? Because of the
drop.
The drop, yeah. Now it looks like they're going to be able to take control of this game. They've both aged.
Yeah, Jonathan's going to go take Washington, and it's over.
Yeah. GG is called, and that is over. All right. Yeah, I just felt like this game, nobody played had any particularly extreme builds per se. It was just like, I felt like Jonathan and Sammy Boy just played a more standard game, and
Inca just kind of blundered. He went Despot, but didn't play like he went Despot. Just played very passive with the Despot.
Yeah.
He did raid the water pretty well, but that wasn't enough. Raiding the water is good, but it's not enough to win. You got to still do what you got to do on the land, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, really unfortunate. I do see in the chat somebody saying soul is pronounced as soul. Thank you, I appreciate that. All right, so that is going to even up the score as 1-1.
Yep, the final game here.
Final game, yep.
So now this is if QC wins, then it's three-way tie. Is that right?
Yeah, if QC wins, this will be a three-way tie in division number 3. If LAT wins, then AZ advance to top 8. So AZ fans are crossing their fingers, chanting for LAT Team 1, whereas QC and Underrated Champions are really hoping QC are able to pull this one out. All right, I'm at 0 seconds when you are ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we've got a map. This is Himalayas because of all the mountains in the middle and the trees around the back, as well as the terrain style. Let's take a look at the players and their nations. For LAT Team 1, they've got LAT Inca with Chinese and LAT Kyle Pompilio with Japanese. Now on the other side, we've got QC Sammy Boy with Germans and AL_Jonathan with Greeks. Who do you think has the edge here, Oldie, on Himalaya?
I give the edge to Greeks, Germans, but Jap's good. Just Chinese, I think Greeks are a little bit better than Chinese, especially for this map. It depends on the rares though, but I'll give the slight edge to the Germans, Greeks.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I like Greeks a good amount more than Chinese. Feels like Greeks have just better nation powers overall, and I think Germans and Japanese are kind of similar. Japanese are a little bit faster, but on this map the games go a little bit long. The production bonuses of Germans can definitely help out quite a bit. So I would give the edge to Germans and Greeks. But
you get your famed smelter in H2.
Yeah,
so
admittedly
nice.
It's not it's good, but it's not super great because you have so many mountains. But it is going to save you a couple citizens here and there, so it's worth getting regardless.
Especially if you can get one of these big mountains in the front. If you can build forward and use a plus 10 mountain, that's nice.
Yeah, or if you can go Commerce 2 early and get a mountain, and then just basically you're getting wealth by getting metal. You just get a bunch of metal and then sell a bunch of it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I see in the chat, hey Sermon, how's it going? And you say rare dependent game. That could be the case. A lot of these close boom games, as I imagine, Himalayas are generally more booming map. They do come down to the rares a good amount, but it also comes down to the right order, the just close, tight play, as well as rating your opponent's rares and the correct rotations and all that. So there's a lot of things that go into the game aside from rares. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned. On the top side, we have the red Greek player AL_Jonathan. And on the right side, we have the blue German player QC Sammy Boy. On the left side, we have the green Japanese player LAT Kaio Pompilio. And on the top side, we have the yellow Chinese player LAT Inca. So this looks kind of like a standard player spawn. Everybody's kind of far apart, which is typical for a Himalayas map. Let's take a look at the rares quickly. So for the QC team, they've got Cotton below Al Jonathan's territory. There's Silver, which is which is rateable. There's Spice and Cotton or Copper. Tobacco, and that's it for now. That's pretty much it. Pretty unfortunate rares. Aside from that Silver, the other rares are kind of unimpressive. There's a couple of wealth rares which are not bad. On the other side for the LAT team, they've got Marble, they've got Gems, Amber. On the bottom side, they've got Peacocks. There's Obsidian, Relics, Silk, Diamonds. And there's Bison in the middle, and as well as Furs that LAT could probably protect. So I think LAT clearly have the better set of rares here for the long game especially. What do you think, Goldie?
Yeah, I agree. I think not the greatest furs, but they definitely have better ones.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to say who's going to win this, though, because, again, we have seen a lot of blunders from all of the players. Like here we see a bit of a blunder. Kaio is a little late on the library, unfortunately. He's actually using a +5 wood camp. Could be getting much more here, maybe like a +7 or +8. But I guess wants the wood camp to be closer to the city, which is, fine, whatever. Acceptable choice there.
Yeah, he's Japanese, so it's you don't need that much wood really. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so on this side,
Sambo's kind of in a bad spot here. Look how close he built in. It's gonna
he has no space for a wonder or anything if he wants to go for that.
No smelter in that city.
Yeah. Admittedly, these are only +5 mountains, so he probably doesn't want a smelter in that city. But this is at 100. This is 110 wood, so that's going to be good for him.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the ruin bonuses quickly here. It does look like Kaio has a whopping 175 ruins. That's so many ruins, especially for a Japanese player. Very fortunate for him. And then it looks like Inca's a little low, only has 2, whereas Sammy Boy and Jonathan have 3 and 4 respectively.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta get out and scout on this map. There's a decent amount of ruins, but the terrain is a little frustrating, especially on the sides with the trees there.
Yeah. Actually, there's no university from Jonathan quite yet. I think that's a bit of a mistake. If you invest in that university early, you're only going to lay your library time by like I don't know, 10 seconds or something, 5 to 10 seconds, and you get a good amount of knowledge by investing in that early. So I think he should have done that a little bit earlier, but.
Yeah, I agree. You don't have to do it right away, but you can do it at least after your 5th farm. Do it at the same time as you build your library, and that'd be fine. I'm not. Maybe he just forgot. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Here we see Sammy Boy gonna go for a market here. This could be problematic, especially if the market spawns merchants on the wrong side. But you can't just garrison it and get it back out. It's just gonna be it might be a tad annoying if you try to waypoint it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. He's not gonna be able to waypoint there. He's just gonna have to micro his merchants.
Yeah, it looks like Kaio's gone for Mill. I think that's a terrible choice. You just want to go for Civic on this map. You're so far away from your opponents. Really no need to go for Mill this early.
Yeah, I agree. It's unnecessary. Get the Civ and then Mill after that if you want. At least get your economy up to 100 before you Mill.
Yeah, definitely.
To waste resource time. It's just gonna slow you down in the long run, even being Japs.
Yeah, we do see here Jonathan finally going to go for that university.
Okay, yeah, so he was just focus on other stuff. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Oh, there's spice here. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, I think I see Sermon in the chat saying LAT have better rares, so QC have to either kill fast or boom themselves. Yeah, I think that's true. And we have seen them doing a decent job booming, but we've also seen, you know, Jonathan and Sammy Boy doing decent raids, so maybe they can get an advantage that way by raiding their opponents. And we see here, like what is Kaio doing with his mill and this barracks? Like he's only delaying his own city time for no reason. He's delaying his own economy. He's using obsidian for some reason. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's get the range for the archer. That +1 for the archer.
Yeah, I guess so.
But there's nothing to even raid. I mean, there's no way he's going to be able to... I mean, I guess he can kind of raid this wood, but they can easily just go in Garrison and Berlin.
Yeah, I mean...
There's no merchants out, really.
Yeah, and by the time he gets there, there's probably going to be already a mill from your opponent, and then at that point, it's like, why didn't you just go...
Yeah, this Civ, yeah.
Yeah. Do you see Sammy Boy's accidentally made 2 caravans? That's a bit of a mistake, but alas, happens.
Yeah, and they're not armored, so can't use them. They're armed, I mean. Yeah, if he was Dutch, I'd say it's a good move. We could a couple of charges there, but...
Yeah.
He is German. We just found silver.
That's a nice rare to have. One of their best... I think that's their best rare. So definitely very helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's storming outside here, oldie. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little like, oh, spook, you know?
No, it doesn't bother me.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Yeah.
Alright, the Germans player is going to he'll have enough money for mill now. If he clicks on mill now, he'll have plenty of time to repel this raid without any sort of damage, really. But it looks like he's currently delaying, so maybe this early mill one from Kyle will pay off after all. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we will.
Expect the unexpected, I guess.
He could get a free caravan.
Yeah?
If he goes over to that caravan and pick that off. But he's not. He's going around the back. He's looking for the wood. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, Sammy Boy's gonna go for mill now, so he should have enough time. Although maybe he'll take a little bit of damage if he gets up the barracks a little late in the front or something. But it's whatever.
Yeah.
On this side, looks like everybody's just booming up. Kaio's gone for the pretty standard build. Although I think he skipped Civic to get Science first or something like that, because otherwise this is a bit late city time.
Yeah. It is a little bit late.
Yeah. Pretty forward barracks from Sammy Boy, and on the other side, oh, this is a nice, nice and also not nice granary here from Sammy Boy. On one hand, he's going to block the heavy infantry, but on the other hand, the archer is going to be really annoying to deal with.
Yeah, and just harass him, yeah. But if he gets it up in time, this heavy infantry could stop this here.
Yeah, that's true. It's only at 50%. I think it's going to be able to stop it. Let's see what Sammy Boy's reaction is. He already has a barracks finished. And it looks like the raid is beginning. Heavy infantry going to run over. Looks like he's going to try to... Oh no, Sammy Boy. He's going to lose a citizen already.
Yeah,
Still not making anything at the barracks. Needs to make archers and... Yeah, okay, finally queues them up. Gonna garrison all of them.
You never want to fight against heavy infantry with villagers, especially Japanese heavy infantry. They're just so painful. They'll just slaughter your villagers.
Here I think...
silver here by Kaio. See in the
yeah, gonna find both of these, and that's gonna stop them from... That's gonna stop both players from using them, it looks like. Greek's player might be able to click up. He needs to spam click that button. Almost has enough food. Let's see if Jonathan gets it. He does click on it. He does notice the raid, so he's gonna be able to use it. Sammy Boy is
from Kaio here. You see this, putting the third city in the front.
This looks like an aggressive push, but I don't know about this, Kaio. I think he's already a good amount behind against his opponent. Although this raid actually did get quite a good amount of damage done. Let's take a look at
This raid paid off extremely well. I didn't think it would have this good of an effect.
No, let's take a look at the unit kills. Samuel looks like he lost 2 citizens, and Kaio just lost his heavy infantry.
Yeah, so it's a pretty even trade, actually.
Yeah.
But Kaio is going to get the position with that front city, and it's going to secure diamonds, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, look at those rares for the LAT team. They have way better rares than their opponents.
A good raid in the back here on the wood by Jonathan.
Yeah, only now is Inca going to get up the barracks, and Jonathan can just walk away with these units, which he's currently not because he's doing something else, I think. I guess he's microing down on this side. Gonna lose cotton.
Yeah, he was trying to micro the cotton, and instead he's going to lose his archers.
Yeah, archers are going to get taken on by a couple citizens. That's definitely a bit painful.
But Jonathan and Sammy are both aged, so it's going to put him a little ahead.
Yeah, a little bit. If Jonathan could get an early raid going with some cavalry, that'd be good. Or even just clean up these units from Kaio here. Would like to see Kaio go for commerce at this point. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it looks like Inca's going to secure the silver now. He's put the tower there, so that's good for them.
Yeah, that's really good for them. Gems in Chinese, the border push is really strong. So he is going to be able to grab that silver. Nice little move. But they're getting in the raid in the back. This citizen. Hero citizen here. We see Inca pulling one citizen to try and combat this citizen. But the gems merchant is actually going to go down first, I think. Let's take a look. It's 3 damage per hit. Still needs 10 hits, so it is going to die because the citizen has to kill this citizen 4 hits. If you do the math correctly.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. The gems is going down, unfortunately.
Yeah. Not sure if Jonathan did out the math there, but nice work regardless.
I think he just got it. Got a little blind luck there.
Yeah.
And Jonathan's raiding with this light cavalry and these 3 villagers, but he's going to run into that tower and get sniped.
Yeah, but this light cavalry is just damaging these units, driving them away. And technically, Inca didn't even use silver yet, so it's looking all right for them. Looks like the Japanese player just aged, went for that Civ 2 and just whatever.
But now he's getting diamonds raided by these soldiery.
Yeah, and that's a crucial raid, definitely. The diamonds are one of their best rares, although they do have a bunch of other great rares. But that's 20 wealth income down the drain. That's also going to hurt their commerce cap. If Sammy Boy can get this other diamonds merchant, that's really, really good for the QC team.
It's going to be close. Looks like he's going to get it. So that was definitely worth it there.
Yeah, takes it out in the last shot or 2.
Definitely a worthwhile raid there. Take out 2 diamond merchants.
Looks like Tobacco's getting raided actually by these archers.
Oh, yep.
And Sammy Boy's gonna lose a merchant for free. He could have moved those away if he had reacted in time, but just gonna lose it.
He was too focused on taking out the diamonds and just sacrificed Tobacco.
Yeah.
But now he's gonna get a bribe here, it looks like.
Yeah, let's see. He's gonna try for a bribe. Kaio is not moving.
And he's not raising. Oh, he did. He raised it.
Alright, I'm at 1333 right now, just FYI. And he's gonna kill it off, yep. On this side, Inca's gonna go for Hanging Gardens, and I would like to see Jonathan get aggressive. He is gone Senator, but I think he can just get aggressive, put down a siege factory, start sieging that front.
He's got a good raiding party coming in. He's gonna come back across this wood.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid raiding party. 4 units here. Gonna do quite a good number. There's only a single slinger here. There is a barracks that's queuing up units, but if the micro is there, Jonathan can make this work. Currently, not microing the greatest. Gonna snipe off some of these. And now this is a good choice from Inca. Gonna garrison that archer so the city starts shooting.
Yep.
Looks like, unfortunately for Jonathan, that raid's not going to amount to much, and that means LAT are going to have an advantage on the side, because that's a couple units down the drain and some time invested away from killing Inca here straight up. Looks like Mill 2 is coming for Sammy Boy. This is a bit late on a Mill 2. I think he really needed it a little bit earlier. Still, the economy is not quite there, and I think that raid early on has just hurt him a little bit. Look at how crammed this city of Berlin is. So many buildings in such a tight space.
Yeah, it's just brutal. I mean, once it goes large, it'll help a little bit, but still, it's just not ideal.
Yeah, let's take a look at this side. Greek's player has also gotten Mill 2. I think he needs well, he has a temple on this side. I think he needs a siege factory on the front so he can start sieging the city. And in fact, if you compare the rares being used, Jonathan's using just cotton, whereas his opponent is using silk, marble, furs, diamonds, and gems. Yeah. Well, if Jonathan makes a nice push and is able to take the city of Tanzhou, then maybe he can make something happen.
Yeah.
Siege factory is coming. Jonathan's going to lose a unit to the raid here. Hang Gardens is going to go up, and that's going to help out Inca quite a bit, with a knowledge income at least. Does look like QC is actually leading in knowledge right now, but they're going to fall behind in wealth pretty quickly. No siege factory from Sammy Boy yet, and that's going to hurt him. I think he really needed that siege factory earlier. Jonathan does have a siege factory, is sending out raiding units. Would like to see him queue up some catapults to start pushing here. Or catapults, honestly, to take out this tower at the back, because right now Inca doesn't have much army, so I think Jonathan could take advantage of that.
Yeah. And Kyle's still harassing. He's got a nice little raiding party still.
Yeah, nice little raid from Jonathan, going to take out that Bison Merchant. And on the top side, he's being annoying with this companion, but there is a tower here, so that's going to drive it away. Also attrition for Inca. If Jonathan gets access to the silver again, I think he'd be very happy, because he can age right now if he had the food, obviously, but he has the knowledge. So if he can get a little bit of a cheaper income or cheaper cost on that line, that I think he'd be ahead. But he is floating a lot of timber, lots and lots of timber.
Yep.
Here we see Sammy Boy gonna pick off a unit. Gonna go for a city. Still no siege factory. I think he really needs to just push, but now we see Inca just raiding in the back line. There's 2 light horses, a cavalry, 2 light horses, an archer, and a senator. But there is a tower here from Sammy Boy. No militia quite yet, though. Looks like the Chinese player is going to go for commerce because, I don't know, plus 80 income isn't enough. He needs more commerce cap to not fill, so definitely a little faulty on the build order here for Inca, but I think he's still ahead of Jonathan in terms of at least knowledge, because he has 115 to 65. Jonathan definitely really hurting on the food income right now, but going to get 4 sieges, it looks like. I think that's a bit of a mistake, but whatever. He's trying his best here.
Yeah, he's doing his best here.
The raiding party is going to head over to Jonathan's territory, where they're going to get caught by some companions here. And the bribe's going to go down on silver. Or not. Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately for Kaio, going to lose these units here to this party of units. This raiding party here. Would like to see Sammy Boy just finish up that bribe on this tower. So you can use silver and also get a merchant out towards there.
Yep.
So far, we haven't seen too much aggression from either side. We've seen a couple of raids here and there, but not too much aggression, and I think that's going to favor the LAT team because they do have the better rares, and also Inca has Hang Gardens. Let's see if this bribe goes down. It's going to be close, but I think he is going to be able to get it. Nice little pick there. Now he's going to be able to use silver. He should have queued up a merchant earlier, so he could actually use silver, because now he can age, but he doesn't want to. He obviously doesn't want to age before getting silver going, so he is going to age up, and not click up on the, not use silver for the time being. And Jonathan's doing good work in the back here. These companions being really good. He's just going to walk past by Peacock Merchant, but is going to kill it now. Nice work. Here, Jonathan's being really good at getting rid of these the silk merchants. I'm pretty impressed with QC's raids this game, but they need to work on their own economies and also get up a military presence as well.
Yeah.
Here, Sammy Boy's left the Cataphract alone for a little bit too long, and it's going to die against this heavy infantry.
Yeah, some good raids in the back, just constantly harassing.
Sammy Boy's going to go for Colossus. That's going to kind of help him out, I guess. Looks like there's going to be a bribe backwards for Inca here, going to take back this tower. And Sammy Boy needs to click up on the H button, which he does, using silver. And now, you know, Inca has a lot of territory, but one disadvantage that he does have is he has a lot of territory, so that means it's a lot of places to protect. If Jonathan can get up a siege factory and a mobile army, you know, a lot of cavalry as opposed to other types of units, and a couple, like a supply wagon, obviously, he can do quite a bit of damage just forcing Inca to go back and forth between his two front cities, Xi'an and Tanzhou.
Well, he's got 4 siege here, so they're getting upgraded to trebuchets. He's upgrading his companions.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have a siege factor, or it doesn't quite have a supply wagon quite yet, but we'll get that soon.
No, but he'll probably get that soon, and then he'll be able to start pushing there at Xi'an, as you mentioned.
Yep.
Xi'an's pretty undefended.
No, there's nothing here.
Yeah, but that's it. There's no army at all. I don't know where his army is.
I mean, you know, if Inca takes this, or if Inca loses the city, it's not terrible for him, right? He's still doing okay, but it's gonna be pretty good for Jonathan.
Bison and silver. That's you know, that's not ideal.
Yeah, actually, if you look at Inca's economy, it's pretty terrible. This is a terrible economy. The only income that's good is wood, but yeah, that's yikes. I don't know.
Well, he's getting the granary up, so that's why he pulled in to build the granary, but still nowhere near that 215.
No, not at all. Now we see Jonathan with 4 siege is going to reduce the city very soon. There is a temple here, which is going to help out Inca quite a bit, but 4 sieges was a nice choice from Jonathan, just reducing the city really, really quickly. I think that was a good choice. Especially considering Inca has no army right now, so...
And the siege is going to start coming here. There is a supply wagon. Xi'an's going to go down here real fast.
Yeah.
Trebuchets.
Definitely, the city's almost at half health. I'm at 2230. Colossus finishes up for Sammy Boy, and if you compare the wealth incomes, they're actually pretty similar. Sammy Boy actually has 140 to the 141 of the Japanese player, and Sammy Boy's going to get outflanked. Looks like Kaio's like, okay, I'm just going to go help out my ally, which I think is a good choice. The city's nearly reduced. There's nothing to defend it right now, but there is a small army from Kaio that might be able to snipe some of the sieges. I don't know.
Maybe. Got some heavy cavalry here. He needs to bring those crossbows in to get the sacks.
Yeah. His units are all upgraded. Looks like Inca's still only now aging. Even if he ages, it's not going to be good enough because it's not like his city's going to suddenly go large and gain some hit points.
Yeah, exactly. And these crossbows are going to slaughter all these militia.
Yeah, it looks like Kaio's actually going to go for this back city here of Wurzburg. And now the city's taken, Xi'an's taken.
That's a good call. It's a free Colossus there. He's not going to be able to hold it though. Jonathan can easily rotate and kill that whole army too.
Yeah, but it is a nice little pick-off.
It is. It is, no doubt.
There's going to be some free wealth for Jonathan.
But Inca's in big trouble now. He's going to lose that bison merchant also. So that's going to cut his food back down to 80.
Yeah, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
If Jonathan plays this well, he can easily take out Inca here. And on this side, we see a bit of a skirmish between the German player and the Japanese player. But the German player is just on move, not attacking. This is going to be so bad. He's currently just throwing units away. Okay, now he's finally like, okay, I'm going to fight it out. It does have a tower here, which is going to help. But there's a lot of crossbows for Kaio.
Yeah, some bad micro there by Sammy Boy.
Yeah, really bad.
It looks like Jonathan might rotate here, or he's going down. I don't know where he's going.
Maybe he's going to Kaio's capital, which I think makes a lot of sense. Kaio sensed that and it's like, okay, I gotta put up towers.
But there's a castle there. 2 towers go, or look out in the tower going up. So he needs to be careful he doesn't walk right into that castle.
Yeah, this is a pretty long fight here. Now it does look like Jonathan has appeared on the bottom. He's like, I'm ready to battle. He's going to get Mill 3. Does he have a castle yet? Doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate for him.
Not. Yeah. So he's not going to get armor.
But he is pop capped, so getting castle is good. Or getting Mill is good.
Mill 3. Yeah. So he'll build some more troops. He should be able to take the city of Himeji pretty easily.
Yeah, and we do see here...
Sammy Boy takes back his city.
Yeah, but he's kind of just walking in the units one by one. The city might be taken again. There's some crossbows here. Finally, Sammy Boy does have some cavalry to drive off the archers and stuff from Kaio.
Yeah.
Now Inca takes back his city, whereas Jonathan's just sieging away at this castle in the back.
That castle's gonna go down pretty fast, but Kaio is rotating. He's got a small injured army.
Yeah, it's not going to do much good against this pretty sizable Greek army. 7 crossbows against the 5 crossbows.
Does have about 15 militia you can pull.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Here we see Jonathan just running in units one by one to get sniped by Inca here.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No.
But he is keeping Inca up there.
Yeah, that is true. And it's going to be Jonathan who's doing most of the work right now. Now it's finally Sammy Boy's come along. He's like, okay, I'm ready to help. Should get the trebuchet upgrade or another siege to start sieging the front city. Jonathan, again, just being really annoying here in the backside. And now it does look like Kaio's going to go around the back, try and take out the sieges, which I think is a good choice. Jonathan's like, oh shoot, there's an army here. I need to get ready.
Yeah, out of position.
Yeah.
He's got some pikes there. He should be able to defend if he gets him in position, but it's too late.
But there's too late. The sieges are gone.
Yeah.
If I don't know what Sammy Boy's doing, there's no army at the front. He needs to siege his front city to get some sort of advantage, and instead he's going to throw it away.
Well, looks like he's going to rotate to the cap as well, but
but there's no siege here. It doesn't matter, right? There's 2 sieges coming. I guess.
And he's upgrading it, so.
Yeah, actually does look like Jonathan's entire army got destroyed in that battle, because he's been throwing away units in the front line.
Yeah, he's pumping out more. He just needs to get him. He's burning in Xi'an. He needs to recapture Xi'an, regroup, and make Xi'an the new front. They're definitely winning right now. They just gotta just not blunder.
Yeah, and the scores are actually very close. This is a pretty close game, despite a lot of blunders from both sides, from all sides, I think.
I think Sammy Boy's gonna lose his entire army here.
Yeah, it's a militia, but I mean that's still not terrible. You know, killing a bunch of these militia is good.
That's true. It's gonna hinder the economy.
Yeah, and you know, Sammy Boy still has Colossus behind this. If he can boom up, get science.
And if you look at it, Inca's economy is still atrocious. Plus 78 food, plus 67
Oh my god,
gold.
that's so unfortunate. What?
He's completely out right now. So I mean, all they got to do is relax, get a supply wagon back here, take Xi'an back, assimilate Xi'an, take about 2 minutes to assimilate that, build some more units down, and just take, just methodically break them down. Inca's completely out of the game at this point. His economy is just complete trash. I don't see how he's going to build it up anytime soon.
We do see here Jonathan's like, I've learned my lesson. I got to get some supply wagons out. I'm just going to bring 2 instead. Nice little choice there.
Yeah. And just replenish your army. Your economy is significantly better than Inca. And just go again and finish this thing off.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks like Sammy Boy's getting mill 3. He has a fort, so he'll have tactics. He's replenishing his army, so he'll be ready to roll again. And I think Kyle's in big trouble here. Because Xi'an's going to fall again.
Yeah.
And Inca's got no army. He's got no income.
No. It's just, this game is pretty much thrown away by Inca. I think he's just not playing well at all. No income to speak of, no army to speak of. Yeah, like, what has he done this game? Nothing.
Yeah, and now Kyle's going to rotate up, and he's going to try and help defend Xi'an. This might work temporarily, but...
it's not going to be good enough.
In the long run, Jonathan's going to be able... He'll easily be able to 2v1 there, because he's just got more army cover.
Yeah. And also, you know, Sammy Boy's just been booming along in the back line. Like, he's making army. He has a decent economy in all the chunks. A little short in knowledge, but doing pretty well otherwise. Now we're going to see a bit of engagement between Jonathan and Kaio. Kaio has a lot of crossbows, but Jonathan has 5 heavy cavalry, so they're going to clean up these crossbows pretty easily.
Yep. And he's going to keep sieging away. He sniped the senator wisely. It looks like he is going to lose the sieges, though, or at least one siege.
Yeah, at least one siege. This one may go down. I'm not entirely sure.
I think we can catch
That's going to survive.
Just barely. Sammy Boy needs to start moving, though. He's raiding nicely, though. He's going back. He's raiding relics in the back there. That's nice.
Yeah, nice little move there.
Because Kaio's actually got a great economy. I mean, it's not, it's not terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it's pretty close to Sammy Boy's, except Sammy Boy doesn't have the knowledge income of Kaio.
Yeah.
Not enough scholars.
And now Inca's getting mill 3. But it's not going to help him at all. He just needs to focus on building units. He's only got 48 on his top. So he just needs to pump out units. But I get it, he's got all this knowledge, so he's just going to try and get some upgrades. He actually will be pretty close to aging gunpowder, just doesn't have the economy for gunpowder, unfortunately.
No. Not quite, not quite.
You don't want to go into an age if you can't afford it. It's just a waste of time. It just makes it cheaper for your opponents.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're better off just, focusing all your resources on building up your economy. That knowledge isn't going anywhere. You can, build a second library if you want, and then spam out, and upgrade later for your age. But instead, he's just he's sitting at 114 food or 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, really unacceptable income. Really unfortunate.
And that's using Bison. So if he wasn't using Bison, it would be, and he's getting plus 24 from Bison right now. So you figure, he'd be under 100. He'd be at, 90 food.
Yeah.
That's just, can't have that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And also Hagen Gardens, you got to upgrade all your agriculture, your carpentry, because it's cheaper with Hagen Gardens.
Yeah, it's much cheaper. This is such a steal. 51 timber, 51 metal.
Yeah, to get a plus 50% food income, that would just dramatically increase his food output. But instead, he's just, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He is building a smelter, though. He is building a smelter.
Very good. Good job, Inca. You've learned one lesson from my teachings.
Yeah.
Got that smelter. Nice work.
Or from your nagging.
Yeah. On the bottom side here, it looks like Sammy Boy's not going to be able to break Kaio, who's pretty much spammed crossbows here. And it's going to age actually pretty soon, although I don't know what he's spending all this food on. Oh, he's going to go for heavy infantry to make sure he doesn't die. Whatever. There are a lot of cavalry here.
Looks like Jonathan's going to come in, though, and try and help take this Tokushima. And I think together they should take it pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely. Jonathan's here. with a couple units, that's going to be enough to change the tide of this battle.
Oh yeah.
Although Sammy Boy is kind of just sitting back right now. He has a couple spies that are just not doing anything. Jonathan's going to pick away at the heavy infantry and then easily walk over this army from Kaio. Really unfortunate game for LAT there. I felt like this was their game. Like they had the good setup. They had a nice starting point and also decent nations, but they just fell behind because Inca didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's right. And now they're gonna secure Tokushima, and that's gonna affect the metal income now of Kaio. But Inca is going H4, but like I said earlier, this is just really a useless move. It's actually a terrible move because you don't have the economy to support all your upgrades and do all the stuff you need to do, and you're just going to make it cheaper for your opponents who are rolling. So this age move from Inca here is actually a suicide.
Yeah, you're just going to make everything cheaper for your opponents.
Yeah, it just makes no sense at all. If anything, I would wait for my opponents to age. You know, just get it maybe Psi 4, your Chinese. You know,
yeah.
Science 4. And then just upgrade all of your granary and everything else because you get the cheaper upgrades. You know, so just focus on getting that economy up, build a bunch of units, let the Greek player age first, then you get the cheap age with Science 4, you get the cheaper monarch, president, you know, the whole thing. But now you're just, this economy just cannot support it. Gunpowder. It's not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotten a little better. You know, 161 food is better than the 110 food from earlier, but. Like, what is it? What is it? What is he doing? Why is he upgrading medieval age units right now?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and then if Jonathan wants, he could easily, and Sammy Boy both could easily sneak silver and use silver. Silver's pretty protected right now.
Yeah, that's true. Although it will take attrition damage. Supply wagons, I'm pretty sure, don't protect from attrition for militia units or for civilian units, right?
Probably not. Yeah, I don't think so. I think only healing works on them. If they're neutral, you know, if you're neutral. If it was neutral territory, you had a president, for example, I think the healing would work. But,
yeah.
But one thing you could do is ambush, and it would ambush the unit, so you could hide him there for a minute while he uses it.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, or if they have smelter upgrade, once he sets up shop, he won't take attrition.
Yeah, it looks like Jonathan lost his supply wagons, so he's gonna start burning.
That's alright, he's at Tokushima now, which is now assimilated. So all his units are gonna heal anyways.
Yep.
And they'll be able to pretty much siege from the allied territory, so you don't need a supply wagon anyways. Same bonus.
Yeah, it looks like Kaio's gonna age up also. His economy's not doing the greatest because, fortunately, he lost his front city.
You're just aging just to age. It doesn't make any sense. You focus on other things.
He needs to fix his economy up a little bit, get more food, and then also he needs to make army.
Yeah. I mean, he does have tactics, at least Kaio does, so that's good. But he has no army. I mean, he's got a handful, but not enough to fight two armies.
Yeah, Jonathan only now getting a castle, and he's gonna get tactics here. Jonathan tried to go for a raid, but losing a unit.
So Inca, he rushes to get to gunpowder, and then he's still just got a bunch of crossbows. You know, what's the point? He's got one garrison. He's got 4 crossbows out and 1 garrison. There's just really no need to even go. You just say H3 then if you're just gonna use crossbows.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
do see some sieges going to come out in Halicarnassus, which is completely undefended actually. Only now a tower going to go up that's going to get destroyed. So maybe Inca can finally get a city capture, but his ally's losing his capital on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically, I mean, yeah, he'll cut into some the food and knowledge production, but that's nothing compared to your allied's capital, which is about to go down here shortly. And even if he does move the capital, because it looks like it's getting raised slowly, unintentionally. But,
sure.
Even if he is able to move it, that's another critical city loss. There's 2 mines there. His metal production is going to go basically to 0. And Sammy Boy's got a nice army here. got a bunch of Vandals, a bunch of Heavy Knights.
Yeah, it's a pretty large army. It's nice Colossus army. He hasn't taken too many losses so far.
And they're just gonna pick away at the city here, and Sammy Boy does have tactics as well. Now, if you look at this, Jonathan has a civilian in the city of Mainz. He needs to bring him out and start putting some production units down at Tokushima in the front, and they could just really just roll here.
Yeah,
just pretty
definitely.
much abandon the top. Just let Inca have the top. It doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, and in fact, Jonathan's actually probably going to be able to hold it here. It's not entirely clear. There's only 2 heavy knights for Inca and a couple other units.
Yeah, and Jonathan's aging now anyways. He'll be able to hold it, probably.
Yeah, or at least take it back. He's pumping out units as we speak.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of wood and food. He'll be able to upgrade his arquebusiers, and then he'll be able to slaughter all these crossbows. I mean, look at all these crossbows. 4 crossbows is stupid. You know?
Yeah.
They're just gonna get slaughtered. Crossbows are great in H3, but as soon as H4 comes, they're basically useless.
Yeah, and that's one of the... I think that's one of the interesting balancing choices of this game, you know. Crossbows are really good, okay? Like, they're like insanely good in this game.
Yep.
But they're not very good in H4, and there's no way to upgrade them until H5, so it's a big liability if most of your population is in crossbows, even though they're really, really good in H3, because they just fall off, you know?
Yeah, they don't have the same impact in H4 at all.
But I will say now, I actually think LAT is slightly ahead. If you look at the point scores, they're actually 1,200 points ahead. And that's because they haven't been able to take the bottom city here. Sammy Boy has just thrown away most of his army. He went from like 120 population to 80 population.
But they're both making the same mistake here. Look, 7 crossbows from Jonathan, 4 crossbows from Sammy Boy. Just get some aquaboosters out there.
Yeah.
Because now 7 aquaboosters from Kaio, he's able to defend. You know.
Yeah, this is a pretty sudden turnaround. I thought they were really ahead, but now they're going to be falling far behind. I think Jonathan needs to leave and go up top to kill Inca, and then Sammy Boy can try to deal with whatever's left here. His economy has been untouched, but his army has just been shattered completely.
Jonathan is getting forbidden. He's got a bunch of spies, so he'll be able to defend for a little while. But yeah, definitely a turn of events here. I thought, and now if you look at Inca's economy is starting to boom again. So now he's back in the game.
His army is pretty small, but it is something.
Army's basically just cannons and bombards and crossbows, which isn't ideal. But I think Jonathan should be able to defend it. Same at the bottom here. I think Sammy Boy should be able to defend this, the micros properly.
Yeah, definitely. On this side,
it is a nice turnaround from LAT here. I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah. I don't really know what happened to Sammy Boy's army. It feels like he just walked in and just threw it away. It feels like Kaio hasn't lost.
It was a lot of crossbows too, and it was just a bad matchup.
Yeah, it feels like Kaio just hasn't lost many units at all. And now, you know, with Inca actually having a good economy, I think they're ahead.
Oh no, they're ahead for sure.
As weird as it is to say, I really thought they were behind, and I thought they were going to lose because Inca was just playing horribly. But
they were significantly behind, and they were blundering, and they kind of, they blundered forward, I guess. You know,
yeah.
They failed upward. Sometimes you know, and now he's going to get Mill 4, Science 4s, and you get the next tactic upgrade.
Yeah, whereas Jonathan doesn't have either of those techs. His wealth income's really suffering. Needs his 3rd city of Forbidden, aside from Forbidden, that is.
Yeah. And now with this operations and Monarch coming for Inca, this might be GG.
Yeah, this is what a crazy turn of events.
Huge turn of events. Great comeback here by LAT.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can hold it. It's not over yet, but it's...
No, it's not. Sammy Boy does have a better economy currently than Kaio, but Kaio's slightly ahead in tech. Kaio has Mill 4 over his opponent, and does have the armor upgrade already.
With this Monarch here, and this is a nice sized army coming together from. Oh, it is mostly decoy though. And his still got way too many crossbows. He needs those heavy lances coming out. Those are nice units.
Yeah, this is a pretty large army, aside from the aside from the decoys, obviously. But those will get taken out by the observation post momentarily.
Yeah.
For Jonathan, I'm not sure where his army is.
I don't think he has one. I think he's just focusing on the economy.
Where's his general? It looks like it's in a city somewhere because it's not respawning.
Yeah, it must be.
Oh, it's on the bottom side. He's got a garrison in the city.
Oh yeah, with his crossbow army.
Yeah.
I would just raise all those crossbows, to be honest.
Yeah?
Just raise them all.
I think I would walk in and just fight Kaio, right?
Yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, just suicide them. You know, maybe pick off a couple units with them because, like you always mention, you get that scale bonus. So if you kind of kill them off or suicide them, use them, then you're gonna get cheaper other units. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
In your bag, so if you're aqua bursters. So. But yeah, quite a turnaround here for LAT. I did not expect this at all. Great job from them to now put the pressure on QC. But like I said, QC is not out of this by any stretch.
No, not at all.
So if they can hang on here, maybe they can shift the momentum back.
Yeah, currently Sammy Boy is he's a little short on metal. He needs to make a smelter and also get possibly Science 4 on Monarchy just to fight this out. And this is going to be an unfortunate fight for him. It looks like Kaio has a slightly larger army and has armor as well as Monarchy, although the Monarch is a bit out of position. Looks like Kaio is going to retreat. I can't tell. I don't know.
And it looks like Inca's going to push up top here to Alexandria. Still way too many crossbows. But
more stuff beats less stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Something's better than nothing. It would just be nice to see, instead of all those crossbows, just these heavy lancers are awesome units. Just get a bunch of those out there.
Now we see Jonathan, who's exited out of the city, has a couple units to finally start making a difference.
Yep.
And Sammy Boy needs to get Science 4. I think has a ton of knowledge and a ton of wealth that he's not using. I think he needs to get it very soon.
It looks like Sammy Boy's gonna make a mistake here and go Calm 3.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't.
Oh, I'm actually. I think I'm a little bit behind you right now, Oldie. I'm at 43 minutes exactly.
Oh, okay, he just clicked up on it, so.
Okay.
I'm like 10 seconds off.
Is that Sammy Boy or Kaio?
Sammy Boy.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna go for Commerce 3. Kaio's also gone for Commerce 3 and 4 instead of Science. Yeah. You know, it is one thing I will say, you know, a lot of players don't have that much experience playing later in the game like this, because, you know, usually the game ends before then. They don't play longer games, generally speaking. So they don't really know what build order to go for. For viewers who are just watching for the first time, usually you want to go Monarchy, Mil 4, Science 4, and then Calm 3 and Civic 2. That's usually the order you want to go. You can sometimes do Science first. You can usually sneak in, if you're in pop caps, you can go for Mil first.
Yeah.
If you really need another city for whatever reason, like you're Bantu and you just want to max out knowledge, you can get Civ if you don't have knowledge. If you don't have wealth for Mil, yeah.
Yeah, just the benefits of Mil 4 and Science 4 compared to Com 3 is just insanely better.
Yeah, and now Jonathan looks like he's dead.
Yeah, I don't see him coming back here.
Yeah,
I think GG.
Well played. GG. Actually, well, I would say well played, but then I'm like, did we see? I felt like Inca was really not playing well for most of this game.
No,
but
I think, like, again, he just failed upward. He let Jonathan and Sammy Boy just blunder enough, and he just kind of capitalized on an opportunity that fell in front of him.
Yeah.
So good job for that.
When in doubt, you know, my mom always says, even if you're falling, at least you're still moving forward. And Jonathan calls GG.
Right.
Wow, that is gonna be it
That's
for
right.
this match. What an insane game number 3.
So no tiebreaker then.
No
That's it.
tiebreaker.
He's out.
Yeah, that's going to be this means that AZ is going to advance to the top 8. Really fortunate for them and unfortunate for QC as well as underrated champions. So congratulations to AZ and also congratulations to LAT. You know, they played all these matches and this is their first win. So congratulations to them for winning this match.
Alrighty. Well, that's that, man.
Yeah, that's that. Wow. Did not expect that turn of events, but nice game here. Sammy Boy says GG, and here we see Kaio still being annoying ring in the back, which is a nice move. And it is over. Let's take a quick look at the kill count. Kaio has 210 kills. I think that's because Sammy Boy just suicided in his entire Colossus army at one point, so Kaio was able to get a bunch of free kills from those. Well played. All right. That is going to be 2-1 in favor of Quebec team. So again, the results of this are Quebec team drops to 1-3. LAT team 1 gets a win on their table. They're 1-3, and then because of this, AZ have no more competitors, so the AZ get to advance to top 8. So congratulations to them.
Nice.
All right.
So that'll be what, AS and AZ out of that division, right?
Yep, AS and AZ out of that division. Actually, I can go on the tournament website really quick and
let's
show
do a
y'all.
quick update.
Okay, so let's take a look at the group stage here. So Division 3, now it's going to be AS Gladiators and 4bidden4 advancing to the top 8. So congratulations to those teams. And then we can go through the other divisions as well. Division 1, it's going to be PLA Kung Fun and IND. PLA Kung Fun and IND. Division 2, we saw that three-way tie. It's going to be between LAT Team 2, Call of Daddy, and Strat. Those games, if anybody has any information on those, please let me know. I've been asking the people in the chat, and we have a WhatsApp group chat, and nobody's responded to me. So please schedule that as soon as possible. I would like to know when those games are scheduled for, if you've scheduled those. And then in Division 4, we have
that's the one. That AL is in, right? So
yes, AL is in. Correct. AL is in.
Okay,
yes.
so just LAT Team 2, Call of Daddy, and Strat.
Yeah, one of these three teams. Yeah, one of these three teams will advance.
They all play each other once. Is that
Correct.
how it's going to work?
Yeah, one. They play each other best in a best of 3, and then hopefully there will be a winner from that. And if it's again, it's like a circle again, then we'll ask Connor what to do. Yeah. And then Division 4, of course, is Dirty's, Angels, and Old Pappy Nuts. 1 second, I got a tournament sometimes a little weird. It's Dirty's, Angels, and Old Pappy Nuts that advance. Congratulations to those teams. So our top 8 is pretty well filled out. And finally, an announcement quickly on when our top 8 draw will be. It's going to be Sunday at 4 p.m. GMT. Sunday at 4 p.m. GMT. So if you're on the East Coast, if you're in Eastern time, that's going to be 12 p.m. for you. If you're in Europe, that's going to be in the afternoon for you. So please figure it out. You can figure out when that is. I'll set up the stream ahead of time, so you'll be able to see on YouTube when that stream will be. We'd love to have a lot of people there to get hyped for the top 8. Really exciting stuff.
Yep. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right.
And the top 8 will be best of 5 now. Is that right?
Yes, the top 8 will be best of 5, as you can see on this front page here.
It's going to make the competition even better. Yeah.
Yeah, best of 5. And grand final will be best of 7. So good luck to everybody involved. This is AS Eat the Pair signing off for today. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Again, signing off. Bye-bye. Thank you always for joining me for Old Dirty.
Yep, thanks. Thank you.